But let's start with a little recap. What did y'all do last session? After waking up from some just fucked up dreams from everybody, for some reason everybody had some bad dreams. Who knows why? Not me.
Probably no reason.
You all continued east on your trek to Kihyasi to see that is the last place that Turlan's previous carnival was, and so you have been traveling east through the Tilgi Forest, which is a little bit more dangerous than the roads, but it would be a quicker journey to do so. And so you all have been traveling through the forest a couple of days, and 2 days now. And during the middle of the night after that first day of travel, Vita was visited by Sulan, his patron, to seemingly talk more about his eye, the other things that his eye could do, but also to talk about the fact that it was cracked. And when recapping this, I did a little writing exercise to kind of get in the mind of Sulan, the goddess, and I think that I had a fun time with it, and so I would like to, instead of recapping what that was, I would like to kind of explain it from Sulan's perspective, first person. And this is a little bit of a peek behind the curtain in terms of, obviously, your characters wouldn't know this, but they could infer much of it. I kind of took out all the stuff that you as characters don't know, or you as players at least don't know. So, yeah, I'll share it with you all. Or not share it, let me read it out for you all. I am...
Search what I'm about to hear.
I am a Sulan, goddess of moons, a second-order deity. This strange mortal appeared in my realm on the brink of death, begging for his life. He was cursed, unmistakably so, but for some reason I pitied him and cured him. He came from that place, but I didn't summon him. The other gods judged me for protecting him from harm. Maybe I should have more mortals under me. Or, wait, I skipped a line. Judge me. But they didn't see what I saw. My relationship with him has grown for the better. I'm still new to this sort of thing, but I gave him powers. One second, I need to reduce it. My eyes are going fully across the screen. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, there we go. Much easier to read. I'm new to this sort of thing, but I gave him powers, and they have protected him from harm. Maybe I should have more mortals under me, I thought at the time. One night, I spoke with him, hoping to teach him more about the eye that I had given him, but it was cracked. How could it be cracked? It could have only been something more powerful than I am. That could only be the First Order. Or maybe, no, it couldn't have possibly been that. I was concerned, so I let him be. He said it had come from his fall when that wicked witch, Vaku, tried to murder him. I checked his familiar's memory to see what it saw at that moment. A flash of red light prolonged. It must have been at least 10 seconds. I became more distressed. Surely this was a misunderstanding. It must have been a First-Order deity. I meant to speak with him again. Maybe his group had been interacting with him somehow. He gave no indication of this, however. But he said maybe his group knows. I was not expecting to speak to his group. One of them pondered if it was because of something they shouldn't talk about. I knew that mortals can't speak the names of the First Order deities. Hoping it would be this case, I asked if they had interacted with them. There were mixed responses. I grew more distressed. They surely would have told me if it was them. The group began to try to change the topic. One mentioned he was having a crazy dream. Another went over to a tree and tried to pee on it. I could only keep thinking, surely they meant it was the First Order deities. Please, say it. I silenced them and asked them again, but they wouldn't say. New emotions creeped into my mind. Anger. Disappointment. I looked at the one I had saved and could only think to myself, all you mortals are the same. I will find out what they don't want to tell me, and they will be punished for lying to me. If this is what I think it is, I will need more proof. And so that's Sulan's, a little vignette on Sulan. Who knows if she'll be coming back.
We're not a monolith.
Yeah.
So much for her being cool.
We're not a
Damn.
monolith.
Leave me out of this.
Leave me out of it.
I'd be worried.
No worries. No worries. Anyway, you all continue.
I didn't lie about anything. That bitch is gonna find out one way or another.
Couldn't
I told the truth.
couldn't trust Ori, man. Could never trust Ori.
Well,
Damn
Well,
bird.
luckily, the damn bird is gone for the second day. It seems like Ori has disappeared. Who knows what that exactly means for Vita? Vita is a little bit more cautious to cast spells. But on the following night, during Turlon's watch, suddenly they heard these deep voices, and these two Cyclops appeared. And through some distraction from Felix, as a rat, Turlon was able to hide some shrinking candies within some food preserves while invisible, and was able to drop it into one of the Cyclops' mouth, instantly shrinking them, while the other ones attacked but gave chase. John, tried to fight back, but John was able to kind of bring out the knee of one of the Cyclops. Vita was able to, and knock them down, and then Vita was able to hold them down using a ball that Rogue had given him. The Cyclops, oddly enough, at one point reached into a bag and brought out a whole bunch of these red glass-looking crystals, chewed it in its mouth, and then began to spit fire at Vita, which Vita quickly, crazily, began eating that fire, just absorbing all of it into his stomach, before he was quickly dispatched by John with a natural 20. And so we begin our session right after this encounter, and I will say, John and Vita, John put out his hand saying that was a great punch to Vita, and I'll say, Vita, the ball in your hands, Rogue's ball that you've been holding down, suddenly gets, it's kind of had this warm presence the whole time, but it starts to get hot. And you, Vita, have not experienced hot before. You don't exactly know what that feels like. Every fire that you've been a part of, even when you stepped into that lava, kind of had this warm sensation to it, but now it's this almost this burn to it, and you try to let go of the ball as it's kind of seemingly burning you just in this moment right after you've celebrated with John, and you're unable to open your hands. And you start to feel, not pain, but this intense heat travel up your arm, about to your upper, into your bicep for just a moment, just a second or two. And you instinctually, just let out react to the pain, but then all of a sudden it stops. And the ball is now warm, but it almost has these little tiny flames licking off of the side of it, just imperceptibly, just barely hugging the edge of the ball. It seems like it has grown hotter in your hand. And I will say, mechanically, you don't know this yet, Vita, but the damage dice for your Rogue's Ball has now gone from D4s to D6s.
Okay.
Oh.
Wahoo,
Okay, D6.
But you all have just defeated the Cyclops, one of
Alright.
them being shrunk and getting shot with fire by Felix, the other one getting absolutely surrounded by the rest of them.
Oh,
What do
yeah, I
y'all do?
obliterated the small one.
I got a little anxious there, thinking you were losing your fire resistance.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought was happening.
You still have fire resistance, don't worry.
Phew.
Go up to
Well,
Vita. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't know you had that strength in you. What came over you?
I don't know. It was just hearing your words and seeing how you ran in. I just felt like I could do it too, and you know what?
Think you can?
I did
Think
it.
you can. Well, if you want to start joining me for morning exercise, let's start tomorrow.
You know what? That sounds like a good idea.
All
I'll
right.
be there.
All right. Bright and early. I'll wake you up.
Vita's not going to have fun learning about exercise. I know that.
You do this every day.
I did a push-up. Now what? More.
What?
I look at Vita, like I kind of
Mhm.
turn to Vita, just kind of stare at him for a second, and just like kind of collapse, sit down
Mm.
onto the ground,
Mhm.
plunge my rapier into the grass. I just lean back on my hands.
Oh,
It's a
good thing
very
they're gone.
an unexpected fight.
Can't we go
So,
one night without something happening?
too much to ask. Way too much to ask.
I kind of turn to you, Felix, hearing you respond. Wait, Cyclops, is that normal here in your forest?
So I was gonna ask you about this, Stephen. If I'm remembering correctly, they're not abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're just kind of they're like wandering invasive species. They just kind of make the area they're wandering through worse for everyone involved. Um, most of the time, they don't stick around very long, but uh, I've had to drive a couple of them away. I've never actually killed one before. I killed one before, but that was with help.
Well, I
But yeah,
suppose it's a good thing we felled it then.
yes, that's why I didn't just hide. They looked like they were up to well, I don't know, but up to something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any prescription for what to do with the bodies?
No, just leave them.
I nod at you and I kind of get up. I leave my rapier on the ground, stabbed into the ground, and I just take
Mm-hmm.
out a knife and I harvest a Cyclops fingernail,
Sick.
cut it out.
So my question. So I don't think that there's any alarm bells ringing, seeing a cyclops in the forest, but I do want to see if there's anything on or about them, anything they're holding, any scars, whatever, any details that would suggest that they are like running from something or there is an external problem that made them move, or is this just every day?
Yeah, give
You
me
know what I
give me
mean?
a perception check. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'm gonna look at something too. I'm just saying it 'cause I'm gonna forget.
Okay.
But after all this,
I got you. That's not good.
I'll say, you know, their weapons seem kind of shoddily made. The last Cyclops that you have seen, you know, they all have these large weapons that have just been made with giant stones and just huge sticks, basically. You know, one of them having a crossbow seems pretty, you know, advanced, but maybe he just took it off of somebody else. But I will say what you do notice is that both of them, I mean, you saw one of it in the fight, they have this satchel that is just pouring out now that they are laying on the ground, just all these small little red crystals. You know, some are golf ball size, some are, you know, marble size. They're all just these shards as well, like they're, you know, sharp and rough. And I'll say with that investigation check, or on the perception check, you do notice, you know, you're looking at the bodies, but then you see kind of like a red glint in the moonlight off to the west a little bit, and then you look over, and then you see kind of just in the trail from where they had originally come in through the bushes, just every 3 or 4 feet or so, you kind of just find a trail of these red crystals leading from where they came, and you can see like bushes and, you know, branches of trees have kind of been broken through. It's obvious when a Cyclops has walked through an area, especially too. But what uh, sticks out to you especially are the red crystals. But what are you looking for, Vita?
I wanted to look deeper into the crystals and pick them up. Anything
Sure.
that has to do with fire interests Vita for sure.
Oh yeah, give me a perception check.
Oops, that moved me. Um, take it or leave it.
Uh,
Take
One
it.
thing you notice is it's kind of warm in your hand. Similarly, not as hot
How big is it?
as other things. The one you've picked up is maybe like, you know, diameter of a quarter. It's this small little crystal, you know, but it's kind of feels warm on your fingertips, and you're looking it over. And you think in your head, this looks incredibly similar to some of the other crystals that you have kind of been dealing with in the past. And I'll say that just for a visual on these crystals, that the orange ones and the blue ones and everything, all this stuff that you all have interacted with, these Alkasan seeming crystals and the liquids that come from them when they're melted. It seems like what's odd about them is things in nature, and Felix, you know this especially, kind of have this grain to them. They're not monochromatic, right? They are textured in some way. And even in any quartz or crystals that you've seen, rubies, gems, diamonds, there's kind of this internal structure to them that, there's refractions of light. But all of these crystals, and especially now the one you're holding, Vita, are just purely that color. It's as if you had perfectly stained a piece of red glass. There's no imperfections within it. There's no graininess. It's very akin to the purple crystals that you all had found previously.
Can I take a bite of it?
Sure. You take a bite of it. It kind of crunches in your mouth, and then your mouth immediately begins to get warm, and you just feel the oxygen being sucked out of your lungs, and you just let out a little puff of just fire, just instantly.
I'm trying to see, does it feel similar than when I drank that orange grobby juice at all?
Grobby juice.
Grobby
Oh,
juice.
wait, is this Jackie juice? Have we found the Jackie juice?
Y'all haven't met Jackie yet. Don't worry, he's coming. Maybe. If you all die before you meet Jackie, that'll be unfortunate. But
Be impressive.
that would be very impressive. Roll me an occultism check, Vita.
While this is going on, can I track where the Cyclopses came into the clearing?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check for me.
Also, I just think it's going to get lost at some point, so I'll just say it. At one point during you investigating these crystals, Turlot is going to kind of get up and take a few steps back. Keep those away from me
Good
for all
idea.
the obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'll say, Vita,
yeah.
with your occultism check, it's not similar because you're crunching it, but in terms of, versus drinking it, but with your occultism check, it's a presence of, it's not just like the warmth feels like something. It feels like you're not eating something of this world, which is very similar to when you drank the grobby juice.
All right, guys. These Cyclopses had Alkasan crystals. Come over here, guys. This is straight up.
I'll say, John, as you are walking and looking, you see that just kind of further into the forest, they seem to have made a trek down this large hill. You can just see broken branches and everything, but along the way, just as Felix had seen, it seems like their bags of just these red crystals had just been spilling out with their movement. So every 5 to 10 feet or so, there's just red crystal, like a red crystal on the ground that is, any little bit of light that you can see around is just being reflected from the moonlight.
Walking along the trail and picking those up.
Okay, and all of you notice that there's kind of just this warmth to them. They're not hot, but there's certainly warmth if you do pick them up. But
So we
Vita
gotta
did
settle
spit out a
in.
little bit of fire.
Yeah, we do.
Felix, have you seen anything like that? Like, how would or what do you know about Cyclopses and how would they have just straight up Alkasan crystals? This is crazy.
I have no idea. Well, my first thought is they got them from somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm gonna. So as they're saying this, I look around. I'm gonna look around for any other creatures nearby watching us, and I'm gonna take a step in, and I'm just going to say, after what happens, after what happened earlier, I know it's rich of me to say, but we should be careful to make sure no one's hearing this.
That's true.
We should make a code word.
Give me a perception check, Turlon.
Used Foundry forever, and I still always try to check the skills section first.
Yep, me as well. You
Guys, three rows below 6 or something.
well, just get it out
Not
of the
a
way
great
now.
start.
Once you meet Jackie, you're gonna need those high rolls.
Bro, I wish it worked out.
I don't think Jackie exists.
Yeah, you're looking. That would be crazy, but you just never
I've been
met
looking
a
for Jackie for years.
You look around, and it seems like just like previously on your watch before these two showed up, they're, you hear the sounds of the night, but you don't see any other animals around. But
So
Felix, you
you
were
see
saying
anything
it's like
written
from somewhere
down?
else.
So either the way I see it is either they saw something shiny and they picked it up, but I don't think that really holds water because they have like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they found like a big concentration. Maybe the crystals appear in like geodes or like chunks, right? Or someone else collected them and then the Cyclopses killed them, took it. Or they were given these things.
If
I
there's a
don't.
trail of them, it doesn't seem like they cared so much about where they landed. They were just following out the
There's
trail.
no way they know what they are. But this is like giving a. I guess it's a bit rude to toddlers. This is like giving a toddler with like the strength of 10 men a weapon and tossing them out there.
Okay.
You don't really do that if you care about the creature, which if someone gave it to me, I obviously don't.
That's a good
Well,
point. They must have found it.
I'm gonna take these. How many of these do you think I can feasibly carry in my backpack, Steven?
They both of them, not just the one that you had killed without shrinking it. They both have just probably like a basketball size satchel of this stuff. It's a
Oh,
lot. And I will say, like, in terms of the crystals, like what you were talking about, Felix, the crystals that you all known about are the ones in the snow, which apparently were so small that, like, you couldn't see it. It's just in the snow. One's in the sand. And then these two kind of purplish crystals. Like, the amount of red crystals that you were seeing in front of you is more than
All of the others.
all of
That's
that
so
combined.
bad.
Like,
That's actually so bad. Wait
it's
a minute.
a lot.
I didn't
It's
realize
a
it was
lot
that
of
many.
crystals.
The
It's
satchel you said is basketball size.
Yeah, it's like a
So a
if
human-sized
hefty.
satchel but a Cyclops was holding it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a long
So they
strap.
definitely stole it.
Yeah, it's a long strap, and they just have like this, like a watermelon almost amount. Like, that's that kind of size.
we should pivot then and
If
track
you
these guys back. I think.
if you guys don't, we should know what we're dealing with these. If you guys don't, if you guys trust me enough, I'd like to see if this pasting kit that James gave me could do anything to one of these crystals.
Yeah, do it. John can just knock you out if something bad happens.
I'll wait until he gets back. I'm gonna start setting up the pasting kit, and in real life, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
On,
Get
dude.
it, King. Get it, King.
Can you just give me? What about if I take 20, just so I can put them in my inventory? I don't really know how much I can take.
Yeah,
Any
just
number.
I'll say if you want to divide the four of you, I'd say like 50.
50 each.
Yeah, and like
Oh
you
my
can
God, that's a
consume
lot.
you can consume a handful of them. Like,
So-
you saw him consume, and let me see how much fire damage it did. Like, mechanically, like when you just crunched one Vita, it like you had a little spurt of fire that probably wouldn't do any damage. Like, even if you did it in someone's face, it would probably be like it would feel like hot, but like it's as if they didn't really like catch fire or anything. Like, you'd need to consume a good amount of it. Exactly, you need to consume quite a bit of them in order to do real damage, quote unquote. But still, I mean, it's making you breathe fire. That's not good.
All right, I'll put 50 in my bag.
Yeah,
I
each
got
of you can
a
if you'd like.
spacious pouch.
You could fit
And-
all of them if you wanted.
That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't say in the item description because it's a legally distinct bag of holding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know the bag of holding, you just stick your hand in, call an item, and it comes out. It doesn't say that here. It says this pouch is bigger on the inside, and you can interact with it like a normal pack. I assume it's just I know what I want to. Is it that magical, or is it just it's big inside?
Yeah, I'll say that it's like a bag of holding. It's like a separate plane of existence.
Cool. Okay. We can give everybody however much they want to hold, and we can pour the rest in here.
Yeah, I'll keep my 50 just because I can like use the fire actively. But good idea.
I'm gonna put in my regular. I'm gonna have some. Now I have enough shit to do. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch in my spacious pouch.
I'll say that, Kevin, while you were gone, there's about 200 total pieces of these crystals that you can divide amongst yourselves as much as you want. Vita's taken 50.
I don't do this shit anymore. I don't touch those drugs. You guys take my share. I don't fuck with that.
Oh, fuck with that.
But
Red allocation.
I mean, we can decide how to divvy it up after I try a little experiment.
Okay. Yeah, give me
So,
a crafting check.
I'm gonna hand my off just real quick. I want to also kind of explain this out a little bit. So I'm going to give my. I know and Turlon will probably say that they know they're being a bit dramatic, but they want to be safe. So I'm gonna hand off my rapier to Vita. I'm gonna give my knife to Felix, and I'm gonna tell John to sock me in the face if I act weird.
I'm in the woods right now. I'm not near you guys.
Oh, we'll wait till he gets back.
Fast forward till you get back. I'd rather pause until you get back.
John, are you doing anything else while you're picking up the trail?
I get pretty far on the trail, and with like a good amount. I don't know how many. And then I kind of look back and realize I left the group alone, so I scurry back. And I go, I got more. I have a lot more. They kept dropping them as they walked through here.
Jesus.
And I don't want them, so you can have them. I don't really like this stuff, so.
Me neither. Vida, Felix, you split them however you want.
Just take the rest, Felix. I'll keep 50.
And then I do keep one, and I want to throw it against a tree.
Okay. I'll say
The paragrapher.
Yeah, I know. It's a complicated item. As soon as you throw this what's the word I'm looking for? Crystal at the tree, it kind of breaks, and you see this flash of a little bit of red and orange light very quickly, and as if there was like a burst of flame, and then it kind of just trickles down to the ground. Just
Hell yeah, we got
shards.
Wait, John, do that again.
I take another one. I take like 4, and then I just like huck them at the tree.
Yep. You see a flash of like this reddish orange light from like right where it's like think like in movies
Fire.
like a gunshot. Like it kind of looks like this, but it's like more red. Like this flash of
we
light.
might be saved.
Yeah.
I think it's. Actually, I guess I don't know if you mentioned the red glow, so I'm gonna not say that.
I might have, but if I didn't, I am right now. So that's what I. It's
And
a
I
red glow
look
that
over
saved
at-
our lives.
Oh,
I also
look
wanted to say that I'm in the middle of prepping the paste kit, setting it down on my lap, and I jolt when you climb so into it. I jolt when you throw it. And look up at you as I'm about to try like doing something scientific, and you're just.
I look over at Felix. I say, "Did you put all of them in that bag?"
The rest of them, yeah.
I got 50.
I think you guys might be carrying around a bomb, if I'm being honest.
Well, they're safe in here.
Okay.
And fire doesn't work on me, so.
Oh. All right. Well, that's nice to have. Wow.
Anyway, this is the light that saved our lives from falling off a cliff. At
Are you
least it should
sure?
be.
I mean, I wasn't there, but
I don't
Well,
remember
no.
that.
Well, the lady said that it happened, and she said it was for 10 seconds long, like it was a really long time,
Uh-huh.
but we didn't know. But that is what saved
Hello?
us. Yeah.
Oh. That sucks. Actually, that's so bad. And something Alkasan saved us?
Yeah,
I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna
that
start
is what
taking
cracked. That is what cracked Vita's eye, and I'll say that in that moment, as you're like talking about it, Felix and Turlon, you know that after your fall as well, your medallion, Felix, and your mirror, Turlon, cracked as well.
As I watch John sock another one of these, I take the crystal that I'm about to grind up into little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
wait, Steven, I want to take another one, and then I just want to like put it into my palm and then just do that with it.
Whoa.
I'll say that as soon as your fist connects, almost like this kind of ring of just a little bit of fire and smoke just kind of pop out on all sides, and it doesn't do any damage to you, but you kind of feel it's like if you had touched like the end of a sparkler, like just kind of that like singe of just like a like it's like
Yeah.
it's like if you had
Huh.
this little this little pop as soon as you punch
Yeah.
it. It seems like
But
these
then-
crystals, when quickly exploded or crunched on, kind of produce flame.
I think you can
No,
probably
we're
grind
back.
it down if you're
We're
just
back.
careful. What if you
We're
just
back.
put some water in it?
Do we still have a fire going? I turn around.
There's
mean,
like some some coals.
Throat.
No.
Minus 7.
Let's see if we can
Minus
get
7.
this thing. You said it's like they go up to like what's the? I know that you said they get up to baseball size.
Or up to
Like
golf
what's like
ball
the
sized.
smallest?
It's golf to, I mean, some of them are like it's as if you had just broken up like a big
I'm
chunk
gonna
of
presume
ice.
I
you
would
can
have
have
taken
just
a
big
bigger
and
one.
small.
I'm gonna hand
Golf
it to
actually kinda
Felix
big.
and trade it for a smaller one. And I'm gonna get out. I presume my kit has multiple stages. I'm gonna presume there's a finer grinder and a porter, pestle and mortar. For this one, I'm going to take the pestle and mortar, and I'm just gonna try to like slowly grind it into a powder.
Yeah, give me a crafting check for me.
And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to casually say out loud, James did give me this because it takes a couple minutes to do this. I got to wonder if it's connected at all.
It does have the
That's
a
Alkasan
good
writing
question,
on the
yeah.
bottom
Yes,
of it, if you remember.
Oh,
It
this
says
guy.
with love from your mother, is what it says
Right.
on the bottom.
Come
in
on.
Alkasan.
With love from your mother.
Whoa.
Ooh, big roll, big roll.
29.
Well,
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna just throw one at Felix.
I try to dodge.
Yeah, roll an attack roll. And I'll say, how choreographed are you doing
Bully.
it? Like,
Brutal
you're just
bully.
doing it?
Brutal. I'm just kind of like sneakily like that, just kind of.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
What with an unarmed strike? What do I even do for that?
I'll say with this, just roll a d20 and do your dexterity modifier.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
Almost.
Oh,
I'll say
that's like yeah.
it's not. Felix kind of dodges out of the way, or even
I
if
like
it does
duck.
impact, it just doesn't hit hard enough to.
Actually, I think that'd be good if it just hits me, but it wasn't hard enough to actually
Exactly.
like break.
Exactly.
Like, ow, dude, please don't do that.
I guess you're immune.
No, that's
Anyway.
not it. You didn't throw it very hard. Please don't do that.
John, can you be careful? If that thing explodes, it's gonna mess with my phone.
And I heard LaFleur say I throw before he got cut off.
Yep. Sorry.
Turlon, you, with your crafting check, you're beginning to kind of mortar it down, and you know that you've kind of broken down more volatile substances in the past. You know that if you add a little bit of water, just some of this kind of soothing paste that you have, you're able to grind it down, kind of get some lubrication in order to not create any of these sparks, because as you kind of are chipping away, you see just these little sparks. But as soon as you add this paste in to kind of make it more into a paste, it kind of denses, keeps it all within, and it's not just flying away. So you are able to get it into a workable form to put it within your pasting kit. And once you put it into your pasting kit, it's like this tube, kind of like what the picture looks like. It's like this tube with a crank on the top of it. You kind of put it in and you churn it out, and somehow, through some crazy fucking means, because you put a whole bunch of shit through here, you put a whole head in here, and it turns into this kind of like a murky paste that comes out of it, but still this very nice pure color. I'll say that if you want to put it in the pasting kit, no need for another check. You're able to get let me give it to you, but for this just one of these, like, you kind of got a smaller crystal, I'll say you get a D6 fire paste, which I will give to you.
Now, what I will say is I have that, and I say, alright, I could apply this to a weapon and use it like normal, or I can see if it has any special location qualities, a la blue stuff from that other guy on the top of the mountain.
Well, there's no point wasting it. Only lasts. I mean, if we can try to fight, it only lasts like a couple seconds anyway. He had his going because he was like constantly drinking that stuff.
I say, who wants it? I don't want this.
I don't
I don't think we should drink it.
I don't really want it.
Alright, I'll hold on to it then. I can just use it like normal.
Plus, it's the paste. That looks like a very gross consistency.
Yeah,
Like what you use for the base
it
look like
before.
syrup. I don't really. Anyway,
Yeah, if we had discovered the germ theory of disease yet, I also wouldn't want to have anything that's gone through that.
thankfully, we don't have to worry about such arcane knowledge.
Stephen, above board, does the germ theory of disease hold true in your world?
Absolutely, there's a whole god of germs.
Oh,
Asshole.
God.
We're gonna take a
Asshole.
brief. We're gonna take a brief moment to go to Link's World Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
We're
I
gonna
like
go
this
to the
Get that
deities
name.
tab.
Fact check this guy. Fact check this guy.
No, we're gonna start with second germ. Okay, no,
No germ.
maybe
Pop up.
sick,
Germa, god of germs.
ill.
There is no.
Okay, I think it's the third order.
Yeah, there's no third order deity currently in World Anvil, but I do have a long list. It's just not developed enough to have its own page yet.
Yurt was on there.
God of disease.
Gotta be.
But yeah, you all have these crystals. Turnalon has grinded it into a paste. You know that there is kind of a trail from where these Cyclops came. I'll say it's like around 4 or 5 in the morning. I'll say mechanically you all have gotten a long rest beforehand, so you know the damage you've taken afterwards will still remain, but you know, you can either go back to bed, you can follow the trail, see where these Cyclops came from, or continue, do whatever you want. It's up to you.
I got hit by the Cyclops, right? That's why I'm at 66.
You did, yes. Yeah, both Felix
so hold on, I
and
need to hit
Turlon got hit. The big
66.
axe.
I'm gonna hit the rest button so I can get my spells back, but
Okay. And then go back to...
I'm gonna set my health to 66.
Spells.
Spells.
All right, well, it's a bit of an early start, but if you guys give me a minute, I got to do my morning meditations, and then we can go follow this. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Right,
All
yeah.
right, sweet. So, in real life, what type of spells do we think we would like for this?
Well, I'm betting that we are gonna see the carnival. So if anything about lying or confronting people or noticing things like that, that'd be cool. Or hiding, infiltrating type shit.
I would say your most well-rounded spells because I cannot
That is
use
true.
any beyond what I already have only one more time. So
We are locked in.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that
I have two first level heals, which I always keep that MF and thang on me.
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean? I can't maintain No, I don't remember what concentration does in this fucking game. I know that's different.
It is literally just a trait. There are some things
Does it-
that affect it. For instance, if you're raging, you cannot do anything with the concentrate trait. But you can cast 1,000 spells that are concentrated.
So unless it explicitly says this means you can't concentrate, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's so
Like,
cool.
I think there is an effect. I forget which, like status, like frightened or something. Like you can't do concentrate, like dazzled or something like that. But it's all. That's all it affects. It's just a trait, just like any other. Like you treat it like manipulate or magical or something like that.
Even what song playing right now?
Forced Allies is the name of it.
Huh. Huh. What is
It
this
kind of
one?
slaps.
Restorative. This could be useful.
I searched forest and Fantasy Plus, and then chose the first forest. First four.
No, this
forest
is
ones.
forest.
Whoa.
So
Whoa,
we
dude.
want-
Sort of forest.
So we want like stealth stuff.
Yeah, if you're going to be going
think-
after the Cyclops, yeah.
I think that would
How
be a
do-
good
how
idea.
do we
Not like
know
to
what-
max out on it, but like having a stealth spell is probably good.
How we
Yeah.
know the Cyclopses will lead us to a circus? Am I missing something?
No.
Well,
We're trying to
just
figure out
later.
where they came from.
Yeah, those are two sort of separate concerns. It's quite
Yeah,
likely
just
we're on like circus again,
Mm.
and we'll want to engage, but also we want to see where these guys came from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have anything that could help you track them down, but
Me, baby.
Yeah, honestly, Felix can just do that. Also, the path they left is pretty huge.
yeah,
They were
Yeah, it's
they were
pretty
spilling those
obvious.
red gems everywhere. Yeah.
John, can you have any tips on something I can use to make my arms a little bigger?
Okay. What you're gonna want to do is go pick up a rock of good decent size,
Mm-hmm.
and then just do this with it. And then like throw it, pick it up, throw it, pick it up.
I'm gonna go try
You
that.
know, like roll it around. That's really hard.
Okay.
Just like kind of go pick up heavy shit and throw it around, and yeah. Also, if it hurts at all, like hurts, you stop and find something lighter.
Give me an
I'm gonna do
athletics
that.
check there, Vita.
Nat 20, come on,
Come
Vita.
on, come on. You were
Oh, you
born
gotta
to
do-
do
you
this.
gotta do-
You
you
were
gotta
born
do
to
it.
do this,
It's
Vita.
all yes.
Still pretty damn good.
Yes.
Yeah,
pretty good, pretty good.
You find a little bit of enjoyment in it. You know, it seemed repetitive
Wow.
at first before you did it, but like you can feel
There's some
like
sort of chemical in my brain releasing.
Yeah.
chemical
I
theory.
walk over to him. And I want to find a good sturdy tree branch that's within reaching distance.
Okay.
And I go, all right, jump up. If I find one,
Yeah, you
like,
can
come over
absolutely
here.
can, yeah.
jump up, grab it like this, and then pull yourself up.
All right. Oh, this is Let me do another one.
Yeah, just
My arms are a little wobbly
a
after
little sore.
Not
those
You
rocks.
not
can,
even-
you
but
not
can,
even
you can
close.
get a couple of them,
that's good, man. That's good.
but you
All
already
right.
are
Good
feeling kind of
practice makes
sore.
perfect, Vita.
let's
Mhm.
pack it in. How much more of that, and then I'm at your level.
Probably like every day for 20 years. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna,
You should
I'm
get
gonna
started
look
now.
up from my notes. It took a lot of training. Despite how frail I look, it took a lot of training to get strong with the 10
Mhm.
cuts.
Also, don't
Take your
forget
time.
the legs. You have to make sure you train your
Mhm.
legs too.
Mm-hmm.
Try to be
Also
active with
like
it.
turkey.
Jump around. Don't just go up and down. You got to jump and like sprint and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna follow those Cyclops. I'll get it in.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
Next
I'm
page,
done with my
Steven.
meditation.
Skip the whole way.
Next sentence in the Alkasan
Ah,
page,
yes.
please. One more sentence, please.
Where did we stop last time?
When does it end?
Initially, all the Alkas created.
Do you like waffles?
Yes, I like waffles.
Where'd that come from, guys? Why bring that up now?
Because he was holding up a waffle.
What channel was this
Oh.
where she said it? I can't find it. Am I
It's in
stupid?
notes. It's in notes.
Was created during the period initially all the algas created. What? Damn it!
Ugh, what the fuck? Initially, I'm trying to find it. Okay,
Dude.
okay, here we go.
One of the actors from King of the
Oh.
Hill was shot to death.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, I
that.
heard.
I'm
That's
gonna
crazy.
bring up this page, and you see I do the translation. I take some notes. So this is what they've got so far from this allocation page. The Alkas have no whim to dictate anything. This is reflected in everything that was created during this period. Initially, all of the Alkas created every entity and matter that was possible. There was, and I shake my head. That's all I got.
So what?
That's so much
What does
fire.
matter?
Another sentence tomorrow. But it sounds to me, whatever the Alkas were that existed before the gods came, they made everything. Which implies that they were doing it before, which
Not
means maybe we are made of something else.
Uh,
I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry,
Alright.
I
Guest
cannot
appearance.
track this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hand the page to you. Oh, here,
My,
go ahead.
my arms are not feeling good.
I read it over again and just go, okay, well, I read it. I still don't quite understand what's happening. I've never been one for religion, but
I'm not sure if this is a religion thing.
just we were made by Alcus, the thing.
Seems like.
I think that means Alkas is in a type of people, like Alkation.
Yeah.
The
But
Alkas.
like, well, creation myths. This is like close to creation myth kind of thing. So
I don't even know why it
Certainly
would
seems that
matter.
way.
But alright,
Yeah.
I'll keep it in mind.
Based on what we were told, it seems like
Ooh.
the gods don't want to admit there's something that could rival their power.
yeah.
Yeah, based
Seem
off
insecure.
based off common knowledge, it is the first order of deities who created everything.
Certainly goes against.
Oh wait a minute. This is stupidly heretical.
Yeah, it certainly goes against doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so everything is just a lie.
I mean, there's two sides to every story, is what I know. So
as we're learning right now. Yeah.
It seems likely that the first order deities did create everything on this side of the barrier, but now things come through.
well, nothing's on the other side of it. So except a bug. But
I wonder how he got there.
keep it in mind.
The Alkas probably made them.
The poor bug.
Hmm.
Huh. Things to think about.
Yo,
Cat.
Pluto.
So
No,
Just casually find the creation myth,
George.
sit by a campfire.
you got. I rolled.
James James.
This
Tomorrow I
is
can get
this
the
is
next
page
sentence.
from.
We'll see.
Well, John doesn't know that yet. This is the page from Faku's.
But
Faku's
I-
page.
I suppose it brings up another thing now that I'm just thinking about. Jujan, the people he had on that mountain,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we know for sure if they were understanding this or just using it for the ritual?
We
Because
should
if they
ask
were
them
under-
more questions. I don't know.
Well, in our defense, they just disappeared after we killed Jujan.
They did all.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
We were
sucks.
going to ask more.
Oh, I blocked
They
that part
disappeared.
out. That was disturbing.
We still don't have a good answer for that.
Woke up. Vaku said she kicked them all out. Safely, apparently.
Oh, safe. Okay, safely.
Safely.
Safely
So
believe
she
that.
says.
The
Fuck, it's weird.
it does beg the question, because it was being translated. We have this bit that was translated, and I hold up one of the sheets that has some writing.
Mm-hmm.
We have this sheet that was being translated, so they must have known. They must have known what was going on and how to translate it.
Well, not so sure. They were pretty unaware of everything that was going on. Like when we killed Jujan, they didn't really seem to know how they got there.
That's fair, but someone must have known how to translate it because here's the translation.
That's true, but
I guess
we might
and I
have
guess
killed. We
we're
might
like,
have killed the person. We might
I
have
don't know.
killed Jujan.
exactly what you're talking about, but also where did they get all these artifacts?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, we've just found a bunch. I bet they just walked around.
For your reference, John, for other reasons, we went to the top of a mountain to try to dispatch a storm, and then we found someone out there who was using what we now know to be Alkation gems to fuel his own power. Yeah,
Okay.
it must have been, I bet you guys, tens, hundreds of priests, scholars. I don't know what to call them. They were researching Alkation. That's how we found out about the language at first, and how we found out about how we found this, which is a partial translation of some pages.
And I'll say you
Okay.
do remember that there were researchers that seemed to be the researchers that were in white robes that were only allowed on the lower level that you all were at. And then there was a bunch of blue robed people that were all above that were not allowed downstairs, essentially, for what it's worth. So there seemed to be only 4 or 5 people, but upon interrogating, I think one of them, they had no fucking idea what they were doing. And I'll say, in terms of translating it, you do know that there are magical means. I mean, obviously you're doing it, Turlon, but there are magical means of translating text. It just takes quicker for some and slower for others. So translating this seemed to be an arduous process, or a difficult, time-consuming process.
Much to think about.
Much to think about.
But we're gonna keep getting this sentence by sentence.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, let's follow that trail.
Whatever it takes.
Alright, so I'll say it's a good 5 in the morning. It's still kind of not super light out. Maybe the sky is getting a little bit more red. But I will say that you continue to follow the trail. And as you are following it, I'll say no survival check or anything needed for this, just because you are... it is very obvious where these 2 giant cyclops kind of walked through. But you walk for maybe 5 to 10 minutes through the forest, just kind of discussing this. And then you can kind of see, reflecting off of the bottom of some trees as you're kind of cresting over a hill, beyond that hill, some of the trees, you see a light. Kind of this light emanating, so you kind of slow down, and as you peer over the hill, you see a large bonfire with what looks like, from your perspective, a cyclops. One very similarly silhouetted, just sitting there in front of the fire. And as you kind of look over, and the rest of you kind of just creep over, you see that there are 3 other cyclops that are sleeping around this campfire. And it appears like there's a large, almost kind of cave entrance that they are all in front of. And I'll say, as you're kind of looking, one final thing is it looks like there are around this place, not just the cyclops, but there are, it looks like a kind of a cart on its side. You see a whole bunch of barrels. You see some bags of things that are kind of opened up and spilled over, and then you also see some cages that are to the side, and it looks like, just in the distance, it's hard to see because it's kind of reflected in this light, it looks like there's humanoid figures in those cages. And I'm going to activate the map for you all.
Yeesh.
But this appears to be where the trail was headed. Here we are. You can see the 4 cyclops. These 3 are sleeping. The 2 on the right and the 1 right here. This one appears to be, they're laying down, so you can only presume they're sleeping. This one is kind of just sitting watching the fire with its back towards you. And then you can kind of see these cages over to, from y'all's perspective, to the right of the cave, which appear to have some humanoid figures within them. You can't. They're not moving. The humanoid figures.
How do we want to do this?
With much caution.
John, how does your principal code feel about stealth kills?
Not a fan, but you know what? If,
you technically have already proven your strength versus Cyclops.
Yeah, I feel that. I kind of feel that way. It's kind of already been proven that I can beat one. So
I have.
I'm gonna chug 2 healing potions.
I got Fireball. which
I can't stop you from doing stealth kills. I do some myself sometimes.
Do I think if I could get in, that I could coup de grace one of the sleeping ones? Obviously, we have to deal with the awake one.
coup de
But
grace.
could I coup de grace? I've coup de grace people plenty, but can I coup de grace Cyclops?
I will say that let me ask this. Turtle Hunt, what is your preferred method of coup de grace people?
Yeah, so generally it would depend. Probably knife to the back of the neck, or a mouth on the hand and rapier slice open the neck.
The difficulty is these Cyclops don't appear to have a neck. Their head kind
Right,
of just
right.
is right in there. So it's like it goes just right down. Like there is kind of an area where a neck would be that you could certainly aim for. But in terms of the ease of that, you'd probably have to do a different method. But in terms of if you were able to get right next to this beast without it waking up, or these creatures without it waking up, you could do a lot of damage. I don't know about coup de grace, it just depends on your attack. You've never done this to a Cyclops before.
Can you ping
But
the awake one again?
the awake one is the one closest to you. It's the one sitting kind of towards the fire. The rest of them are laying down.
Well, I don't think there's any great plan. I suppose it would start by probably taking a path through the woods, like
Yeah,
this
what about
way.
those people? Can we get over to maybe sneak around to them and
I mean,
see if
that
they're
guy-
awake?
They're in the cave, right? We can't backdoor that.
So like this kind of dark green area over here for y'all is like a hill, right? It kind of gets into more difficult terrain as you're getting up. And you can see that there is like a cave. So they're kind of in the entrance to the cave, but the cave does kind of have a
Yeah, like we can
sloped
sneak this
opening.
way, right?
Oh, there we
Like,
go. Yeah.
This
It-
guy is gonna definitely see us if we're here.
It would be iffy with that. It seems like the
Yeah.
cages are in his line of sight, but it depends on what you're trying to do.
What if we make a distraction to get some of them away from the fire?
We'll just wake them all up.
Well, yeah, but then you get some of them away from the fire to go investigate.
They can outrun us.
Have we done, Steven, do we know, I forget what we said, cantrips, they don't go away? Or do they go away?
Mechanically, they do not go away, but Vita, I would
Like
say,
right now.
does not know. I'll say Vita does feel like you can still do the fire one, the eat fire one. So maybe Vita would presume that. That is entirely up to you. But
I'm just gonna bring up, I've got a message that I could maybe try and communicate with the humans over there, but
I think it's
I
too
might
risky. I
only do
think
it
you'll
once.
freak him out, and you'd trigger the guy, because you'd notice that these guys are acting weird because they just saw a message in their head. I don't think that's normal.
I mean, they're dumb cyclopses. How, like,
No, I mean, you
Observant
might
are they gonna
startle the guy who you're trying to
Wake them up.
message. And I'm sure the Cyclops' job right now is to be looking at the cave.
I think we should just
Well,
kill
that's
him.
all I got. Well,
Yeah,
how do we
I
kill them
agree
without
that-
waking up the others?
Yeah, I think we
Well,
should
we're
just-
gonna have to, but I think we just use the fact that they're asleep to give ourselves a advantage at the beginning of the fight.
In what way?
None of you have a silent spell, do you?
No.
Not prepared. Well, mechanically, I think the two that are lying down are gonna have a harder time making the reflex save for the fireball that could hit all three of them. 3 out of the 4.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking after mechanically first turn or after just in the game, we hit them with that, then we just got 4 on us at once.
We did pretty well. Granted, we did just take one out because of the shrink candies. But we did pretty well when we just all focused one at a time. So if we just like burst down each one.
Okay. I'm for the plan. I think we should have a shot caller in combat because Vita's a little worried. 'Cause I don't have my usual things. So
I
But
think
yeah,
we
I'm
should
for
try. I think we should do something on top of waking them up with fireball. I think if we can get a coup de grace on one of them when they wake up, or a status effect on someone, I think that'll be the best move. I also think we should all get positioned.
I still have those fear bombs. Ampules. Where the fuck? I don't know what that
Where
word
should
is.
we? Where do you think we should be? You think we should each?
I
I gotta look
think
at my items first. I have melted orange Alkasan goo if any of you
Could
want to
me
take
and
that before
John
the fight.
sneak behind one and like double punch one in the head while it's asleep?
Sneak
We
behind
could.
the one that's awake and shove him into the
The
fire.
problem is the one that's awake is looking right at the two that aren't. So even if you like, I don't think you can.
Yeah, we would need
I'm
a
not.
distraction at
I
the
don't
first
think you
turn.
can get there. I don't think you can stealth. I mean, I'm sure Steven will give you a roll, and there will be a DC to win, but I think it'd be high. Like, I don't think realistically you're going to be able to sneak it that close. And then even if you do, and you get something, you have to jump out of the way
I know. I'm just
before
trying
the
to think.
fireball.
This feels more like
No, no, I agree. I feel like we have
a
to do something
puzzle.
smart.
Cause if we just alert them here, then we're just gonna have 4 tunneling into us. I feel like that's gotta be some optimal way.
We just got to figure out the smart thing to do.
all right. Hold on. I'll just list the fucking spells I got. Who gives a shit? I got 2 first level heals. I got a first level shock and grasp. I have a second rank enlarge, which we've already seen. I have this could be useful. A 20-foot burst, which so this size, of mist. Lasts for 1 minute. All creatures become concealed, and creatures outside become
That's good.
concealed within. Flame wisp, and then I also have this one might actually be it. Wall of Thorns. I'm just gonna put it in chat. Thorny brambles from the ground, 5-foot thick wall of brambles and thorns in a straight line up 60 feet long and 10 feet high. Unbroken space. Can't pass through creatures or objects.
Probably pretty loud if you make it, but
We're fighting them anyway.
This will just be to give us advantage in the fight, so it's less.
oh yeah.
So if we
Could
can,
you?
if I can do one like right here, and one of them is cut off. So like,
I was
yeah,
thinking, that
Oh,
Yeah.
too, or could you use mist here, and then we could sneak around this way and try and stealth kill the sleeping one with no one else being able to see us, and just take one out
yeah,
from
I
the jump?
could. Yeah, if we wanted to do that, like as we were. So like turn order, I would put mist down to block the sight of these two. Let me move my burst.
And we could like split up, like have me, John, and
Yeah.
Turlan.
I could blind these two, and then as in the same turn that I cast that, you guys could stab them.
Yeah.
I think so. Where are we drawing the wall? Because I think if we draw the wall here, and then
Well, I
have
think
the 3 of us be on the other side and all run up on the first turn, each to a guy, and try to like knock him out.
we'd have to like move over here,
Yes,
and then
I think
I would
Yeah.
cast mist. The way I see it, the way I'm picturing it is we start the fight with mist. So the sleeping
Maybe
ones,
stealth kill.
and maybe get a stealth kill. And once the fight begins, my first action is going to be to try to isolate one or a couple from the rest of them with
Yep.
the Wall of Thorns.
so. Where's
So Wall of
this
Thorns
one?
isn't. The Wall of Thorns just depends on whatever their
No, the
positioning
mist.
is. Oh, right here with the
So
marker.
this
I
this
think-
circle.
I
It's
think
this
the
circle.
mist should only have one because they'll be able to see each other in the same mist cloud. But if you put just one in the mist, then you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
hold on,
then
all
they won't
creatures
be able to
within the
see.
mist.
Send that shit in chat.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it's blocked from
Yeah,
people.
I think it's just missed.
Oh, okay.
Like I think it
Yeah.
would be a higher level spell to do like you can see
All
each
creatures
other
within.
but not others.
Well, yeah, I was
Okay.
just thinking because it says all within are concealed, but then all outside are concealed within it. So I feel like you can't see in if you're
Oh
out.
no,
You can't see out if you're in.
I think it's literally just mist, and you can't see inside of it
Or
or
out,
on the
yeah.
outside of it.
Okay.
Because they
Alright.
all would also be concealed to each other. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So
got
I
it.
don't think we should. Yeah, if we're gonna do the, we just gotta make sure to focus these guys because we're not gonna be able to do shit to the guys in the mist while the mist.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can dismiss it once, after
Yeah,
we're
once
done
it's
done, I
working
can
on
dismiss
these
it as free
guys.
action.
Yeah, because we know where this guy's sleeping. So like even
So
though
we
it
can
is
have me and
mist,
John come over here. I can try to coup de grace one of them, and John can wail on one of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could
And
also
then if
cast
they
the
don't-
thorn down this side, so it's just
Yeah.
a straight wall and prevents them from walking through it.
Yes, and if they don't die, we can just wall these two off, and then you guys can beat the shit out of whoever is still alive.
Anyone
I
need
like
healing
this plan.
potions?
I'm fine.
I think that works.
I have one of these dread ampoules if you want it back, Felix.
No, you keep it,
All right.
just in case.
Or we could literally just try to put shrinking candies in these guys' mouths again and stomp on them while they're sleeping.
Actually, could we? I'm thinking because of the humans. Could we
I
like
don't-
put the mist? I'm not saying to do anything with the humans, but just
Put it.
you know maybe they have more Alkasan shit. Like if we're doing all the same plan with the mist there, if we go around this way
Was-
and kill this one that's sleeping that we know is right here, I feel like we have a better shot to kill just one instead of these two sleeping immediately. And then you can still wall off the other two, and then with the humans there, maybe we can free them or get their shit,
I don't think we should free them until the combat's over.
and that way we'd be killing one sleeping one instead of trying to kill two at once, which is probably harder. I don't know.
Well, also, okay, well,
Where are you drawing this circle?
trying to figure out if I can get it to block 3 of them. I think you bring up a good point, Tom. I think what we should do is to be as efficient as possible with our actions. Is we instead only focus on assassinating one of these two guys over here. So
Yeah.
focus on taking one out right before the fight starts, so that way we don't have to use any actions for movement to start attacking the second one that is right next to him.
That's
So
not. Yeah.
Get this guy dead on the first
Yeah.
turn.
So
You can put a
Yeah.
wall there, so we have another guy
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
to solo.
Because we split into two, we might just wake them both up and not kill either, and then.
And you guys can both still be 60 feet away, so you probably get at least a whole turn of them running before you. No, you get a whole turn of this guy waking up.
And they're dumb too, so I think
Yeah.
they're
we
also
can do the.
stupid as fuck, and
wall.
they're probably not going to know what the hell the mist is doing.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
triple mist, then wall. The real question is how can we get there? So now we have to make our plan to get there, and what we're gonna do.
Well,
if
that's why I was
fail
thinking
there,
we
'cause
kill
that's where we
this
lose
one.
comms.
Because we can just walk this way out of any sight line, and then the mist blocks all their sight off, and then we just gang up on this one right here, and we don't have to.
Wait, where do you
Cross.
want where do you want the mist circle? We cannot kill him if he's in the mist. So
Yeah, to
as
the
the
right,
mist circle's currently drawn, that's not a valid plan. So
Yeah.
we need
like that.
Mr. GM. Well,
Mhm.
I don't know if we're getting too meta for you here. Does this cover the 3 appropriately, but not the 1?
I think that would absolutely. They're all facing towards the fire, so my suggestion is over the fire is best.
So
They're all gonna
Vita,
be waking up looking at it.
So Felix, we want you to get within 60 feet of that spot, which is basically you just move forward a little bit. You're just going to be safe, like there in the trees.
Hang out right over there. Well,
So
actually,
you-
I want to get over here.
And then we can easily walk this way and not even come close to them.
So you can
Wait
get
till
over.
we get over there and then
Well,
he
you
casts
can get
it.
over here, Felix, and then John and I can take a stealth path. I think Vita should stay with Felix. John and I can take a stealth path over here through these trees, and then we will be able to get there with one move action on top
Yeah.
of him.
I
when
think
the
let me
mist goes
come
up.
just to help ensure that we can kill this thing.
I think we should.
One round.
I disagree. I don't think we should have a.
I
third
can get. I
Felix
I
get
can
away pretty
escape.
fine.
I can get
he's
away
also
pretty easy.
60 feet away. That gives him a lot of time to get out of there.
I have a lot of tools to get out, so don't worry.
I think you should stay, Vita.
I
You,
I
you
got
I
have
can't do
long-
fly.
anything if I stay. I have just a melee weapon.
I think the point is that we should be able to take this guy out in one turn, if not 2, and then you can start moving into focusing on this guy. If we send a third person here, it's just another chance to fail a stealth check. That's my philosophy.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm fine with that. But then if you guys don't kill in one turn, I'll just say I told you so.
Noted.
Fair enough.
I like that.
Yeah,
Noted.
fair enough.
John,
Okay.
yeah, I'm fine with that though.
All right. So.
Man, I can't believe we're actually thinking.
Well,
Let's go.
There's no way.
this is what this is the
Power
glorious
of
Vaughn
thought.
effect, dude.
I'll say that
All right. I'd
y'all,
like to. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta. There we go.
y'all
I'd like to
cannot-
stealth over
not can-
here.
y'all cannot really see too far into the cave. I'll just mention the cave goes for a
Yeah.
while, but you can't see
Yeah,
much beyond.
this is just the
depth
info
of
we
the
got
cave.
right now, so
Yeah.
we gotta go with it.
All right, John, let's start the stealth.
Roll a stealth check for me.
I
Is
will
that what
roll a
you-
stealth check if Steven tells me to, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying that
I'm
I'm
You
following
tell
his
me
order.
where
Stealth-
you tell me where you want to end up.
I'm drawing the path as I take it. Stop me if and when I need to do something. I would want to go to roughly like I'd say stay within the tree, maybe like here, flush against the tree bark. I think that's close enough to get there with one move action. Yeah, it is.
No stealth check needed for your current position, Turlon. Also,
All right. I'm just here.
then you all are not within the perpendicular line of
Use
sight.
that for quick 'cause I'm scared. And get more wine.
Sheesh.
Use the bathroom more.
He drinks to solve his problems.
Trump. And many problems does he have?
Yeah, no. John, can you give me a perception check for me?
Yeah, I think I can perceive.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'd simply see it.
number says so.
Nice.
Yeah. I perceived 30.
30 what? Tell me.
It's a lot.
30 perception,
30 what?
30
30
FPS
eyes,
in real life.
30 FPS?
I have 30 eyes, one for every eye for every hole on this helmet.
That is so awful for
terrifying,
Trench Crusade
but-
type shit.
That is terrifying to think about.
I'm the Ben 10 alien with eyes all over its body.
Mm-mm. Wait, isn't that the ghost one?
Nope. It's the bat one. Ironic, isn't it? The creature that can't see in real life has millions of eyes.
Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic.
How deep?
Ironic, isn't it?
The
His
bat
name is
has
Al-
eyes.
His name is Eye Guy.
All right.
That's good.
No one's doing it like Ben 10.
Eye guy.
Yeah.
Not known for
You
his
what?
creativity.
Me when I perceive. He's 10, dude. Give him a rest.
Eye guy
Nah,
is
fuck
not an
them
original
kids.
10. Don't even try and
Yeah,
pretend.
he was in the original series.
No,
gets
you
some
smile
power
too much.
He
You
got
guys
new
understand.
he got new
So,
aliens
okay.
later on, man.
Oh my
Now give me a
God.
perception check, Turlon.
Yeah, for what?
I hate how AI mode is on
For
the
what?
default. Now.
He's only an omniverse, bro.
No,
He's trying.
Wait, isn't that the... Hold on.
They
it
call
says
me natural
OS
one
original
enemy.
series
That's
right
right.
on the wiki.
Turlon, you're focused on the mission. You're getting into mission mode. Currently. So
Oh, this
So
dude.
you've gone on a little bit too many of these kinds of missions where you need to surround an enemy and take it out. But John, you're not as used to these kinds of situations where you need to stealth up. And I'll say you are looking around, being very aware of your surroundings, and you notice that the three closest bodies to yeah, this is the appropriate use. I'll say that the three bodies you notice close to you are burnt to a crisp. They are absolutely dead. They are just husks of people. But I will say you notice the two in the back are not burnt. They appear to be sleeping, unconscious, unmoving, but they are not burnt to a crisp. So they are
Like
just
not
kind of leaned up
Turlon,
against their
then
back.
Point
Can I
towards
use-
the dead bodies.
Okay.
I nod my head.
Hmm.
Can I exploit vulnerability on this son of a bitch?
Yes, you may. Roll a. Well, I mean,
Esoteric lore check
you already did this against a Cyclops. How long does it last?
was not a success. I would like to go for a success.
He's
There's
gotta
also
have
an open
sustained
question. I don't
vulnerability.
actually know how long exploit vulnerability lasts.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
The
Bring back the
Cyclops is
paragraph.
different. This one, for some reason, is immune to lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
Inexplicably.
This one's a genetic freak of his.
This one's a fucking monster.
his pack.
Okay,
The
I'm
other
gonna give you
Cyclops
some Terracotta
don't
lore
like
check
him.
then.
the other
This one's
Cyclops
weak.
do not
I'll
like
say
it.
this is
Is it?
different for this encounter.
The Cyclops has a neck.
Like it's the same
Can I roll it?
creature. Yeah, new roll. You need to do a new roll per encounter. That's how I'm ruling it. But you don't have to do it per creature here. They're all the same. 27. That is a success. So that means you know its highest weakness, which unfortunately the Cyclops do not have weaknesses.
Too strong.
But
Evil person.
you still can use your personal antithesis, which is 2 plus half your level, rounded down. So you can still do an extra 5 damage to all 4 of these creatures, which, you know, this class is busted, Thaumaturge. So you all are in position.
In the class.
Oh, you're doing some mental paste.
I apply my mental paste.
That's a rough.
That's
say-
that's kind of rough.
I'll say, I don't know how
I
feel.
pasted it.
Yeah, you now will do also an additional 1 mental damage
Yeah, woo!
for your
Pop off,
attack
King.
for the next 10 minutes, which is this counter, and probably, but it's good to point out. What's the first action?
All right, so I don't think we didn't. We weren't talking in
who's
character,
initiating?
but so
Yeah, it's
the mist is going to initiate.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm gonna first get rid of that measurement. Cast. Place the burst.
The burst.
The burst?
Wait.
This is
Shoot them up into the
smaller.
air. That'd be a crazy spell to
Reaction
have,
thumbnail.
dude.
The burst. That That's
Yeah. Somehow.
new 10th level.
So it's
spell.
also reasonable that they can't see through them. Yeah.
Yes, they cannot
Like-
see through the mist, and you cannot see them.
Why did
Yeah, something like that.
No, right there, right in the. Because there's a light source right there. That's why.
Bastard.
That's good. If
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
fine.
you want to place it.
Whatever.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Then
I placed that.
you place that. I would like
Close enough.
everyone to roll initiative, so I'm going to.
Shouldn't I use my stealth for initiative?
If
I
you
did
would,
not roll.
I'll say if you would like to. You all have not needed to use stealth, so 1 second. Let me add everybody to combat. But I'll
just
say
feels
if
right.
you'd like to do stealth, you may, or you can do perception based off of the fact you are reacting visually to.
Jesus fucking Christ, John. 15 effects when you roll initiative. That's fucked up.
Yup.
What the fuck?
Yup.
yup.
But
Yup.
should
yup.
I roll since I initiated with my spell?
Oh
do
yeah,
I
do
roll?
do some like Arcana shit, dude.
Fuck.
That's fun.
Alright.
That's fun. I
Can
don't know
I-
if that's the rules, but go for it.
Can
We
I
have fun here.
roll nature?
We have
Because
fun
it's a
here.
primal spell.
Go for a spell attack. How about that? Do a
Okay.
spell
Oh.
attack roll, which is the same thing, plus 15. So
Actually, amusingly, it's plus 11.
Amusingly, I'm laughing.
where's your plus 11?
Under spells.
Where's your plus 11
says,
now?
I'm
it
looking
says
at
plus
it.
15 for me. It's right next to your spell DC.
I'm looking in under. Okay, I see under. Okay, well, in spells it says up. I was looking at skills. My bad. Skills says it's plus 11. Whatever. 15.
That's fucking weird.
Whoa.
Ah, there we go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just take it
that's
easy,
pretty
man.
good.
Just calm the fuck down.
Okay, so
Ah.
Felix. I'm just gonna set your thing to 33. How do I do it? Update.
My peasantly 26
Roll.
versus the Chadley 33.
Roll NPCs. Whole bunch of dice are being rolled.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. Go ahead and sleep on your 27, you piece of shit.
Someone rolled a natural one. Okay, Felix,
Oh,
we are going to begin the encounter. I'm going to change the music. Felix, you were so prepared for the spell that you are ready to instantly react again for a spell. Like, it was just already prepped and ready. You are ready to do whatever you want to to do next.
Not our turn, man. Let's hold back, huh?
Oh yeah, I will.
They do their job, we do ours.
I will hold my turn.
Don't flex.
Why do you sound like that?
It's in my nose.
I'm sorry.
Pine branches.
I'll hold my initiative until after the two
Wait, what?
forward guys.
Why? We're waiting for
And
the
do what, Kevin? Do what?
To the wall.
You need to hit. You need to hit them.
Did
You
I
you
guys
show
saw
cast
that-
the spell.
Okay, I thought the mist did not. I'll shut up.
No. I cast the spell.
Oh,
The
shut up.
spell was.
I take it all back. I take it all back. Bury me.
Felix was so ready
Bury me,
that he was
cancel me.
able to do another spell.
Oh.
Gendered.
What?
I will wait.
The
I will
reveal.
wait to do something until the other two act, so I don't fuck up
Okay,
the surprise.
So are you readying an action, or you are moving your initiative? Because you are able to do that.
Oh, fuck.
You are able
That's kinda
to
cool.
move your initiative, or you can use 2 actions to ready an action,
I will ready an action.
which will okay. And what action would
I
you
will-
like to ready?
I'm gonna ready cast a spell to cast Flame Wisp.
That's me.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah, I think
that's
it
I can
has
wait
to
a minute. I
take
can just cast
single
Flame Wisp
action.
now.
It
Never
has
mind.
to take a single action. Is what you can only.
This is
do.
a preparatory thing. I'll just cast Flame Wisp right now.
Oh, nice. All right, efficient.
Also, if you wanted to do the Wall of Thorns, holding your action is a free action, and then your initiative will just move to that spot. So if you wanted to hold it until someone woke up, your turn would just appear there. So that's the delay
Yeah,
action.
delay.
No,
is-
I'll stick with Flame Wisp. I want to wait until we get this part over before I do the
Okay.
thorns.
3 glowing wisps. Ooh. Deal another D4 damage. Nice. Awesome.
And then I got Ignition to bring him back.
Alright, do you do anything with your third action? Those only 2 actions.
No.
Nice.
I
Okay.
will actually. I'll hide.
Okay.
I'll hide.
Give me a stealth check. I think I normally, or maybe I normally roll it. I don't know. Who knows? Gives a shit. Go for
You
it.
gotta Sumia, man.
Public roll.
You go.
Blind GM roll. Stealth. Blind GM.
This is under skill actions. Sick.
I thought you
Alright.
were gonna say 6. I was like, why'd you tell me that? That's so disheartening.
Unfortunately, one of the Cyclops' initiative is this, but I am going to roll a check. I'm going to
A
roll
bad
per-
dream check. Roll a dream check for the Cyclops. and
Yeah.
see if he has a
I'm
horrible.
going to roll a perception check. I'm
Actually,
going
hope he
to.
gets a very good dream so he doesn't wake up in fear.
I am going to. I'm going to roll a perception check, and I'm going to be doing it against your spell DC, Felix, to see
Which is
if
25.
simply just by the mist going, if the Cyclops is woken up. So I will
I think I would wake up.
self-roll.
You haven't woken up when
That's
this
good.
Somebody
last-
made a cloud of mist
Yeah.
just right above me.
What happened?
Again.
What happened?
It's damn.
So DC
The mist is back.
missing by just 1. It does not wake up. Since
Fuck
the other
this
no other
clown.
Cyclops has made a noise, it is
Alright.
still just now sleeping in mist. The other Cyclops. Oh, that's cool. When I click in on the other Cyclops, I don't see anything because the mist is up. The other Cyclops is going to obviously react. It's going to use its first action to stand up, and it's going to use its second action to kind of yell out in, once again, this guttural language. Just like reacting as if it's freaking out. And I'm going to roll a
Bozo.
I'm going to roll a d8. I'll do it
He's being
in,
so
in the game.
dramatic.
I'll roll a d8. 1 is
That's it.
up, goes clockwise.
Oh, I'm scared of clouds. Fuck
Oh,
you.
question
man. Get
Oh,
over
that's
yourself.
probably the worst direction that he could have ran. It's going to use its third action to run this way. I'll say it's going to use
dummy.
its action to get like right here. It's now in its vision, and it's going to be looking this way, looking around.
Oh.
And Felix, you hid.
Oh.
However,
You hid, but Vita, unfortunately, it just hasn't been your turn yet.
I
Vita,
knew I should have gone. I knew I should have gone.
I'll
I
say it kind of glances over at you. It can't do anything as it just ran out in a straight direction, but it glances over at you and sees you. You can tell that it has noticed you.
Nope.
And Turlon, it is now your turn.
I
You
look
kind
at
of
my
you see
kind
to
of
your left, one of the
noodle
Cyclops
arms.
runs out of it.
Running away from me. Love to see that. Oh, all right. I whisper to John, I'm going through
Get rid
its
of that.
throat.
Get rid of that.
And then I run 5, 10, 15, 20. No, I gotta stay in the site, unfortunately, and I don't want to. Yeah, okay, 20. So sorry, is this is like the entrance to the clearing, so I can stand here. It's not like the roof.
Yes, that is the floor.
Okay.
Yes, there.
So-
Like you could be all the way down on the south of the map and still be in the cave.
How much movement does John have?
35. No, wait, just 30.
Uh,
But wait, while I'm ranging. While I'm raging, I think I get.
if
Well,
you're 30,
I don't have the rage effect applied to me, but it's just not my turn.
if you're 35, if you get 35 feet, you'll be able to get flanking bonus with me. But
Yeah, I should be able to.
that's a
honestly.
your turn problem.
Also, I have that thing. Well, thanks, Kevin. I also have that thing, the sudden charge, where I get 60 feet of movement. So.
Oh, okay, that would be good.
Right.
Well, so first action, I did that.
To
I
move,
ran.
yes.
I've already exploited vulnerability. I'm going to. I don't know if this gets any different effects or anything, but I'm just going to take my rapier and I'm going to go for a hard stab into its throat.
Okay, I'll say because this is more of a called shot, I'll say that you will. It's going to be a higher AC. It's going to get a bonus to its AC, but it is also sleeping.
Yeah, so
and
at
so-
prone, it'll have -4,
yes, yeah, exactly. I was about to apply it.
right? Okay.
The prone effect, just to make it.
Okay.
Is there any
Call my shot.
sleeping effect? I'll say unconscious as well.
Yeah.
Calling your shot. That
Yeah.
even with the added bonus is a hit. Give me damage and increase one more of your damage dice. Add a damage dice, whatever it would have been.
Will do.
So just
Will
roll
do.
that, and then you'll add in additional damage dice.
Yep.
I hope,
the
I hope
call
this
shot.
guy screams out in perfect common. Just goes,
I'm not one of them.
Oh, good hit.
It polymorphs into
yeah.
And this also,
queen
I also
of
need to
Rita.
add the mental
Queen
damage.
This was a test to see how you treat my subjects.
Do you have
Frankly,
the
I'm
weakness?
disgusted.
Do you
I
have
will.
the
I
weakness
will add.
applied?
I will add the +6 because it's +5, and then it will be +1 for your mental paste.
Oh, I put the +1 in this.
Okay, then
'Cause
great.
I
Then
can put it in here.
Okay, then it would be +5 is what your thing is.
Shock jock, yeah.
I actually set
Hell-
it to be acid damage for the cold shot.
Hell yeah, just
my
for fun.
apologies.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. We have fun.
Just-
We have fun here.
Just for fun. Okay, awesome.
Third action.
Yes.
Again, just a flare thing. I'm going to attack again. This time, just like twisting the blade.
Yeah, just a normal attack with this one.
27 crits, baby! Crits, baby!
That is a
Kill it.
that.
Kill it.
Run the numbers, pretty
Says
boy.
critical
Run the
hit.
numbers.
Yeah, wait, what?
Green on my screen.
Okay, so
Dean.
rewind. So I had just made him prone before, but I made him unconscious, which apparently reduces the AC quite a bit. There's a -4 for being unconscious, and then -2 for being prone. So,
That's kind of funny.
because that's a status bonus of the -4, and then a circumstance bonus for the -2. Anyway, it's a -6 to the AC when they're sleeping. Didn't know that, so that's fun. So your first
We
hit would
learned
have
new things
actually
every
been a
day.
critical hit. You're 25.
Hey, here's a
So-
tip, bro. Don't be asleep in a fight, alright?
So I'll
Get used to
double.
it.
So I'm
Good
gonna
idea,
double damage the Cyclops because the first hit was a critical hit.
Yow!
Now you roll normal damage for this one, and this will also be a critical hit.
Yes, sir, baby, yes, sir.
I'll
Alright, and
say
I will
it is
add
not
my,
able to wake up just yet.
I will
You're doing it
add
too
my
quick.
mental paste damage. +1.
Plus
I
one.
do.
Yeah.
Mental damage. Add. Very important. 23 damage! Oh, dude, I forgot. My weapon's rooting. Okay, yeah, I haven't got to do this yet. Okay, cool. So you see as I
Crazy.
turn the blade, you see roots start to form on the ground as this like Steven, what does a rune look like in your setting?
I'll say
Because I want it to glow on my blade.
since you are within the Tilgi forest, is it on your blade, this root?
Yeah, the
Or
rune I'd
oh,
say
the
is not,
rooting rune?
the root's coming from the forest, but I want to know what the rune on
Oh,
the
the
blade would look
rune.
like. I want the
I
rune
see.
to glow as I do this.
I will say that the rune is kind of like a rough drawing of a tree, kind of a sketch almost, with only sharp lines.
Got it. You see this sketchy, hashy, sharp line drawing of a tree appear on the sword as roots come out of the ground and grab onto this thing's legs and arms
Move.
as it is immobilized.
And that means
for
it
one
can't
round.
stand up. Let's
That's
go.
And it
Sit
is
your ass
clumsy
down,
one.
boy. Sit your ass down.
Alright. Then I will say at the end of your turn.
Oh, and he's clumsy
Yes.
one too.
Yes, he is a clumsy one. I'll say at the end of your turn, the Cyclops does wake up and lets out this sound, but it's kind of garbled as the sword has been struck through it twice. A Cyclops on the other side, after hearing two yells from both
So
of
sorry,
its...
Steve. I'd say
Yeah, you
no,
go
no.
for it.
Obviously, no. I had no actions left, so no thing from it.
Yeah.
But I like smile a little bit with a bit of glee in my eyes as I twist the sword more as it tries to scream.
A little chaotic. I like it, or a little
Straight up evil.
bit of evil. But it is now this one, and I will say that it is going to wake up upon
Little
hearing
me. No.
the other people, or the other Cyclops, and so it is going to do its first action is going to stand up. So I'll remove the prone condition, and it just sees in front of you just a whole bunch of mist in front of it. So it is going to use its second action to kind of stand back a little bit, and I'll say it moves back enough that it sees one of its other compatriots over by the side, and so it is going to move its speed of 40 feet and start to move over towards its fellow compatriot, and is going to run over.
great.
Vita, you see out of the edge of the smoke, you start to see running up another Cyclops.
Why do I ever listen to Turlon? Ever not anything.
It
I
is
thought it was
now.
a good call.
I got
It's
a ball.
John's
You
turn.
didn't even have a stealth check. There was 0 stealth check.
I thought there'd be a
They
stealth
both ran
check,
this
man.
way.
It is now John's turn.
We got it.
You'll be fine.
Go. And then rage, and then sudden charge. So this stride
This
twice.
poor thing.
And then get over there. Whack it.
Blake his
Okay.
ass.
Get him.
Cannot move.
Don't
Oh,
leave him.
gee, Louise!
Oh no, this poor guy. This
Kill,
poor
kill,
guy.
kill. Oh my god!
This
Fall
poor
down,
guy.
dude.
This poor
See ya.
guy.
Oh, he has to get the DC 23 Fortitude save or be slowed too. Get his
Uh,
ass!
Unfortunately,
I think the slow's gonna make a real big difference.
No.
It's gonna be huge.
How do you want to
I don't
kill this guy? Turlon has a
Right.
rapier in its throat.
In its throat.
And there are roots right now grabbing
I
onto
don't
its
know.
legs.
Today we
and
watched an
hands.
episode of Dragon Ball, and one thing that was really funny was some guy was getting punched so hard his body was like rubberizing, and so I want to come over and like punch it in its side so hard that its like entire body just starts to slingshot in that
Oh my gosh.
bends in that direction.
Yeah,
Where the only solid parts are the parts attached by the
It
roots.
just go like, and then it just yeah.
you hear as its body kind of bends. I'll say, Turlon, the roots that you've set in place also bend with just the force of this punch. And you hear just this sound of all the bones in its spine start to crack at once, each of its vertebrae being separated from each other.
Can I
As-
see that from where I am?
I whisper
Can I-
fuck underneath my breath in Elvish when you
I'll
do
Can I
say-
that.
not see that, or can I see
You
it?
you certainly hear it. I'll say from where you are. Yeah, from where you are, Vita, you hear it. You do not see it. You do not
Fills
see
me
it,
with
Felix.
vigor.
But
He did it.
he did
Oh my
it.
god, he
He's
did it.
starting to believe.
This sound just goes throughout the whole place. So I'll say you have one more action, John.
One more action.
Well, now what?
I'm a little
This
worried about
guy.
the 2 Cyclopses that were over there.
Also,
ran
Steven,
over
I think
there.
the music broke.
Yeah,
So-
Can't-
or I can't hear music either.
Okay.
It does that a lot.
refresh
I
it.
just have to mute and unmute it, and it will play.
Oh.
It's
Let me
a
refresh
it's
it.
a host thing.
I do have
Oh, okay.
35 feet now. So
There
I'm
we go,
gonna
that worked.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna run right here.
Okay. Yeah. After you saw
Goddamn.
on your peripherals, you just run in, give a huge whack, and then you start running over to help your
Runs up, punches you, dies, runs
It's
away.
It's fantastic mental image.
just this terrible sound of just this, like a xylophone just across.
Oh my god.
But it is now your turn, Vita. You see these 2 Cyclops run out of the smoke, and one of them has noticed you.
You want me to cast Fly on you when it's my turn?
I'll take it.
I
Goal.
don't know for what. Like for me to get away?
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't
attack
got
when I
right.
fly.
You can attack if you can fly.
You
All it does is it gives you a flying speed of 60.
Oh. How about see what happens to me on my turn? But tentatively, yes.
See if I die.
Okay.
He heard all those bones crack. He knows the others completed their job.
Mm-hmm.
He slaps his face a little bit. He's hyping himself up.
You got this. You got this.
And I'm just gonna
Rage,
charge.
Vita, rage.
I'm gonna brutal bully charge right at this at this guy with rogue's
Okay.
ball in my hand.
Yep.
And
That's one action.
oh god,
Oh,
I'm gonna
Oh my god.
okay. I'm just gonna attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
You got this. You
Yeah.
got this.
Yeah.
So what is that? Attempt an athletics
You were gonna
check
do an
against
athletics check
fortitude.
against. You can target, maybe? I don't know. But you give me an athletics check. I don't know if it'll automatically do it.
I have a target.
Nice.
Come on!
That's pretty damn good.
Yes.
That's pretty damn good.
Yes. Yes.
Push,
Yes.
push, 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 push.
Okay, and it's no more than one size larger than you, so you are able to grapple this creature.
Nuts.
Fortitude DC 23. You are able
Oh.
to surpass it, and you now have this creature grabbed. And
Okay,
as part
well-
of that, you can roll for your rogue's
Yep.
ball. Now have it grappled. Roll your
So I'm just
now
holding one of his
4
legs
d6 damage.
As hard as I can. As hard as I can grab it.
That's a good roll. 46. Or no, yeah, still a good roll.
And then I bite him,
is-
but it does no damage.
We just got
Start
feral
gnawing on his like
and just
fucking hide.
runs up and just holds on to the leg of this Cyclops, because again, this is like a 10, 12 foot tall beast, but you would just grab onto it and just hold Rogue's ball as it lets out this sound as it is being burned onto its side. This ball. It is now the
Felix has
final.
turned into a tree.
It is now the
Oh.
final Cyclops turn, and it is going to use its first action to stand up.
Fuck you.
And it is going to hear all of the sounds. It is going to use one of its actions to run into the mist. I'm going to roll a perception check for it, just to see if it's
Yeah.
what direction
this-
out of here is it able to tell which way it
Would
wants
this
to
be
run.
the seek action?
You're just a little guy. You could never run towards me.
A little bit of a seek. It would be seek, but it's all verbal
Build the wall.
Or,
build the
you know.
wall.
through his ear.
No, it might be We might be walling soon.
Plus
Might actually just want.
womp. It
Yeah, actually, I didn't know this, but you can just walk.
it will run right through, and I will say it runs up right to here. It can hear all the sounds. It hears its brethren.
Bring
being burned.
it!
I don't want you to know that.
And it is now your turn, Felix, as it used all of its actions. But it looks. I'll say the two right in front of you, Viva, have giant axes. The one kind of in the back has a
not afraid.
crossbow. Who
he
cares what the fourth one had? Because it's dead.
Purple man just screaming at these poor
Bring
things.
I did my
on!
curls today. I did my pull-ups.
Mm,
Yep.
Arms feeling still good
This'll
after
work.
that workout.
Getting pumped, man.
Felix, it is your turn.
Okay. Saying like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah.
What should I
You
do?
got an idea.
Wall of the. Okay,
Man,
I'm
who's
gonna.
thought about it every turn.
Man has thought about this and only this. Array. How long? 5 foot. 60 feet long.
It's huge.
Where do you want to draw it?
Okay. Need to make it 60 feet, and then.
Don't worry about me, big guy. Don't worry about me. That's a 10-foot tall wall. We got a 15-foot long mirror. I'm good for it.
1,
good.
2, 3.
Yeah, I'll say ignore the dead person in this.
No, I can't even see his body, so I'm not. I'm trying to I'm gonna do this so he has to run the long way around. He
No, I
can't.
didn't realize I was sticking my foot in the webcam there. Sorry, I just pulled my sock up.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because it's free.
Free.
I mean, I gotta pay for that normally, but all right.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. 1 second.
I heard that. Okay, unbroken
It's
space.
Italian
It's
grandmother
your
noises.
gunshot go off in the back.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking.
Oh, oh.
Okay. Yeah, I placed the wall right there. That way he has to either squeeze or not get through that
Yes.
side.
Take
So.
piercing damage if so.
And that's my turn.
Awesome.
So the wall's what, there? Sorry, it just overlaps with the mist from me.
Yes. Yeah. Let
It's
me.
from here
I'll do a draw of it.
to here. There's only 5 feet of allowance down here.
Can you all see that orange?
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yup.
Yup. Okay, and now it was going to be the dead Cyclops' turn. Not. It
Get
is
bad
now
ideas.
the Cyclops right in front of you, Vita. It has been burned from you. It is
And
going
he's
to
grappled.
use. Yep. It is going to use its first action to try and swing at you, Vita. So it is going to target. It's going to take its great axe and just, even though you're grabbing onto its leg, it still has its arms free, and it's going to swing this giant axe down onto you. You can see it's kind of makeshift, huge tree branch from one of the branches in the trees around, with just this large stone kind of sharply curved around it. It's not sharp, it is just heavy as shit. It is going to swing around. Ooh, that is a hit, not a critical hit. Almost, though. It's going
Yeah,
to
I was
roll
gonna say.
damage.
Bring it!
Close.
That is
These are all
14
question
damage.
marks, by the way.
Oh, whoops, sorry about all that. That's 14 damage. Sorry about that. It was a 33.
Sorry
the
about
hit.
all that.
I mean, I believe you. I'm just saying for the
Yeah,
future.
33 on the hit against you.
It's fine.
And it is. Let me just make sure I have.
Maybe you can shove him into the wall.
Let me just read this thing
Okay,
real quick.
hold on. I'm gonna be right back. Someone keeps ringing the doorbell.
Answer.
Answer. Okay, got you. That is its first action. It is going to take its second action to swing up against you. So -5 for the
I'm
attack
sweating a
penalty.
little bit.
That is a
Oh.
miss.
Yeah.
You get hit on the side, but you're still holding on, and then the other swing, it kind of swings by, and it's now going to use its final action to try and break free from its grapple. And I believe this is an attack. So it's going to take the attack penalty. Is it acrobatics? What the fuck? Where's break out of?
It's escape.
Yeah, escape. You're right. That's the word for it.
Yup.
Yup. Okay, here we go. It's a basic action. You use an unarmed attack modifier. It is an attack trait, so it's going to take -10 to this. It's definitely going to fail this.
Get a load of this guy. Is he stupid?
What is it? An unarmed attack modifier.
Okay, I'm back. It was just my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, is your mom ringing the doorbell?
Yeah, my family got food, and I guess there was extra, and they brought it over.
Huge.
What is unarmed attack?
Unarmed attack.
Yeah, like, what do you
is
do? Is it
It should
just
be plus.
The strength,
It's like
your
a
strength
regular
modifier.
strength.
So
Well, no, it's under skills. It's a
like, are you
proficiency
proficient
in
in
unarmed attack.
it? Is a Cyclops proficient in it? No idea.
It should say in the bottom under attacks
Yeah,
if you are. I mean,
unarmed
it does on a character sheet. I don't know about a
No,
monster.
Yeah, these monsters, they just have listed attacks. It's not like an inventory kind of thing.
Normally, I think Pathfinder monster listings will say.
What did I miss, by the way? Did one of them lose their weapon?
No, I'm just... it did one attack against Vita, hit, another attack missed. And now it's trying to break out of its grapple. I'm gonna say...
I'm reading. I think I'm reading something about it right now on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hang on just a second.
Reddit moment.
Okay, per the bestiary, if a creature loses its weapon, it might try to draw a weapon or use an unarmed attack. If it uses a strike, it doesn't have listed in the stat block. Find a strike entry for the creature that most closely matches the substitute. Reduce the attack modifier by 2. Let me send that in chat.
Okay, then I'll do...
I'll send it in general.
No memes. No links in general.
Kill this guy
And
right
again,
now.
I'm muting you.
Kitten, I'm getting tired of this.
Okay, it's gonna... I'm gonna
Daddy's
say...
barely holding it together.
It is... What is your DC? It would be against your Fortitude DC of escape, right?
Me?
Yeah, let me triple check
Oh, I
that.
guess.
I'm just saying
Y'all
it out
know
loud.
Vita's.
I'm just saying it out loud.
That's
I
a
think that is-
pretty instant win, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's got a -10, and with this -2, I'm going to say we're not even going to roll just yet. But it's going to try and break out of your grapple, and it's not going to be able to get out with its third action just because of that attack penalty. Turlon, it is your turn.
No freaking way. Let's do it. I'm gonna move right there. First action.
Cool.
I'm gonna squeeze in, look at John, look at the wall, shrug, second action attack.
Don't get thorned.
Don't get thorned, don't get thorned.
Don't get thorned. Should
Um,
automatically do the flanking.
Going to hit.
That is a hit, yep.
Oh, so close to a crit. I'm gonna add my mental paste damage. And remember, he is weak 5 to me.
Yes.
He's a little baby man.
Little baby man.
I need to find a way to add this as like a preset that I could do.
Baby man.
There
baby.
there are ways. I've now learned how to do like little check boxes that I can just make it so you can add a check, and then it'll just do it. Okay, so get 5 more.
That's a low damage roll.
That is kind of crazy. That's an unfortunate damage roll, but still
That's
a
okay, we do it
solid
again.
hit. Still a solid
Do it
hit.
again. We go again. We go again. Why the fuck shouldn't we? Oh, that's why.
Hmm.
Unfortunate.
I'll use my hero point. I won't regret that.
Yeah, no regrets.
See, I wouldn't regret that.
I thought
There
it
you
was
go.
gonna
That's
be
a
a
hit.
3. Oh my god, I was gonna laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You try not to regret those kinds of things.
Yep. You try not to.
I stumble a little bit as I go in for the second hit, but I notice John next to me. I wouldn't want to disappoint him, so I lock in.
Lock the fuck
Disappointing
in.
me, man. We all make mistakes.
Lock the fuck
13
in.
damage.
13. I'll add the 5 to that.
I just take 2 quick slashes at the back.
Yeah. This creature is annoyed. Didn't even know of your presence, but both of you have now run up.
Slices you in the back. What up, man? What up?
What up, dude?
You good? You good, dude?
And you have one more action. Or no, you ran up.
Oh, I don't. That's a lie.
I'm lying. This Cyclops suddenly just with a fucking this growing these roots come out of the ground. Very confused. Is upset. Not very smart about running around. Is going to just take some swings at it. It has an AC of 10, hardness of 10.
Hardness
How do these
and
things get through
20 hit
life?
points, so everything
20
is minus
HP,
10.
baby.
To it, and it's immune to critical hits. It is going to attack
That line.
this portion first. It's going to just roll an attack with its crossbow, which is an
genius.
unfortunate weapon for it. That's a miss.
That's wrong. That's wrong. It's targeting
Oh,
Vita.
you're
It's a
right.
hit.
You're
It's a
right.
hit.
Whoops. Thank
just
you.
killed
Thank you for
Vita.
calling out. Yeah, that is a hit.
Not possible.
It's going to be minus 10, whatever this is.
Nothing.
Oh, it just shoots into it. He's going to take another shot just to see if it does anything. If it doesn't,
He wasn't
he'll
sure
give
the
up
first
on us.
time.
Is this
He'll
the only
give up on
weapon
us.
he has, or is he choosing to use the
He
crossbow?
does not have anything else besides a crossbow.
It's such a funny vision for me to have him point blank firing the crossbow, going, huh? Huh?
Do you think he feels cool because he has the
Really?
crossbow?
Yeah, he
And his
he
friends
feels,
have, like,
he feels
axes?
powerful.
He's the
He feels
cool one.
powerful. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't feel so cool right now, though.
No, I bet he feels like a fool. I thought this would make me a badass.
Okay, it does do 2 damage to the wall.
Oh,
so now the wall
no.
only has 18
Oh, no.
HP,
How do we-
but I don't
Click.
think he is smart enough
Patch
to
it.
know
Mark
that.
that.
Heal that wall! Heal that wall!
So that wall has 18 HP. But
Hurry! Hurry! Heal it!
he is going to realize that this is stupid, and so he is going to start to run this way.
proud of
around
him.
the
Yeah,
wall,
spend those actions.
which of course y'all don't really see.
Get that shit
Y'all are
outta
kind of
here.
focused on other things, but John
Do
is.
we hear his loud, stupid footsteps?
Okay, I'm gonna try to trip this guy in front of me.
Okay,
So he's making
give me
an
that
roll.
athletics check. Against their reflex
It's really just
DC.
easy for a guy like that.
Oh, success with the 2.
Success.
Dude,
Yep,
everything
two.
you do, everything you do throws up a fucking
Oh my
paragraph when you
God.
do it.
That is crazy.
Brutal bully.
Brutal
Brutal
bully.
Takes
I'll
4,
never get over +1, the professor.
Yes.
Plus one,
4
professor.
bludgeoning,
Okay, I will make him now prone.
and then bonk, and then moving off of that because trip counts as an attack. I'm going to
Mhm.
use my combat grab to grab him.
There you go.
So I have
there
to
you
make-
go.
I have to make a strike against him with a multi.
You're manhandling this.
Mhm.
Cyclops.
Put him down! Put him down! He's hurt! He's hurt!
Okay. Only.
So
Actively tapping out like let me roll.
so just normal damage.
Well. Okay.
Yeah, just normal damage, dude.
Well,
Just normal
okay,
day in the office
this
for
is-
you.
Okay. Wait. So you rolled a 29 on your attack.
I wasn't targeting him. Yeah.
That's the problem. He has an AC
Yeah.
of -2. You hit by +8, so that means instead this is actually a critical hit
Okay.
because
Come on, let's
of the
kill this
fact
guy.
that he's prone. So you will do
56
double
damage.
But you also isn't there something you do when you do a critical hit?
When I roll a crit, well, yeah. What is it? Hang on.
I think you can just. I think if you just apply critical damage, it'll do it.
Okay.
unless it's like an ability. If it's like a damage-related thing, it should understand when you click
Yeah,
critical.
let me
on
just do the.
damage.
I don't mind
Like,
re-rolling
yeah,
damage.
Click critical, and see what it does.
Okay.
We'll see if it's smart. Okay.
Seems
44
smart
is-
enough, man. Seems smart
Yeah.
enough.
Okay,
So-
and then now it is going to make a fortitude save. But first I'll
Against-
damage it.
And
Okay.
it's dead.
It is dead. That's fucking crazy.
So- I'm helping here, but I like to imagine the image of twice now. I run up, hit something, and it's hurt. John runs up, he hits him with the turbo hit. It's dead
Mhm.
twice.
God,
Me and my boy beating up Cyclopses.
How do
Yeah.
you kill this one?
So I have him on the ground because
Mhm.
I proned him,
Yep.
and then I'm going in for like a grapple, so my hand is ready to like grab his head, and I just strike against the top of his head really
Mm.
hard,
Mhm.
and then it just like I just see his eye go like blank, and I'm like,
Mm.
huh. And
Yep,
then
just-
One
Huh.
Punch Man type shit.
Mhm.
and then
Huh.
I'm gonna run over there.
One,
There.
two. Yep, and you're able to get over there, and that is your last action.
Yep.
Vita, it is your turn.
I see that, and it gives me the
Invigorated.
confidence to push even further. And
beyond.
I'm going to use the critical hold action for Rogue's Ball. If they start their turn, my turn, grappled.
Yep.
I find a critical spot on his leg, and then I just start shoving this ball just deep into his leg.
Mhm. Just right in the behind his knee. You just find all those nerve damage.
Holy shit!
And you deal 24
Ow.
fire
You're coming
damage.
with me!
It lets out this large roar.
I don't even feel the pain of being hit.
Yeah.
Oh
my
my
God.
god. Yeah, it's just fully focused. Absolutely does 24 fire damage just right in the back of its knee. It's letting out this large. You can see in its single eye, seeing its other compatriot just getting absolutely knocked out, and the one who did it has now run onto its other side. It's looking a
I
little
feel
bit
free.
panicked.
I feel fear for the last
You said
time.
Rod.
It is
You said rod instead of run, and I heard in my head run rumble. Like
Yeah,
instantly,
run
like I
rumble.
finished the thought.
Ron
Of
Ruggles
course.
here.
Yeah, run wrong.
At 5 a.m, I feel fear for the last time. Okay. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Stop. Let me move my dude. Thank you. Move up.
My dude, come on, you gotta let me
My
move
guy.
dude.
There's no point using a wild morph for this, so I didn't use my action to draw my thing, so I'm gonna play it by the rules. And I'm going to hold that in one hand, which takes a second action. My third action will be to hit him.
Hit him! Yeah, hit him.
I'm gonna bonk him.
The bonker.
Mods, gonna bonk this guy.
Odds.
That
I
is a hit.
successfully bonked him.
It is
I
a
wasn't targeting
successful-
him. Wait.
That's okay. I know the
Okay.
HC. It is a successful
Damage.
bonk.
And I get an additional 1d4 because of Flame Wisp.
That's true. That's true.
Getting
Bonk
burned
you
alive.
style.
It's
So-
justice.
I draw my shillelagh, my club,
Hmm.
and I just fucking overhand just whack down on this guy. And then
Mhm.
as I collide, like one of the little motes of fire just launches down at him as well.
Sick. I will say that Vita, you see as you're just holding onto the ball, just you see a large impact from a club from above as Felix has run in, and y'all are just surrounding this poor Cyclops. It's letting out these screams. It is now his turn. The Cyclops' turn. It's going to look down at you, Vita. Still holding onto its leg. It's looking around frantically. It is going to use 2 of its actions. One moment, let me think. I'm just going to mention this after this person's turn. So keep in mind that I have something to mention after this person's turn. He is going to use 2 of his actions to use swipe, which I'll put in chat. It can make a melee strike against 2 different foes. It's going to do it against Vita and Felix. So it is going to target both and make a great axe swing. That is a miss on both accounts.
Nice.
It is going to take another swing against you, though, Vita, and it is going to use a flash of insight action, which will mean that it will get an automatic success on this roll and not have to roll a d20. And so it is going to roll damage onto you, Vita, which is 13 damage. As it once again just swings down on top of you. You're still holding the ball into its leg, but it's starting to hurt. You've now taken 2 impacts from it.
Starting to second guess.
But it is freaking out. And I'll say at the end of this person's turn, Turlon, you notice that the Cyclops that John just kind of hit in the head and ran away from, its eye was beginning to close, but then its eye starts to open up, and it uses its reaction as ferocity. This really happened when John killed it, but its ferocity to open up its eye, and it will no longer be killed. And it now has an HP of 1, which is still not dangerous, but it is no longer dead.
Forgot about that.
Is it Is it conscious and alive?
It is conscious and alive. Yes, it is. It is just laying on the ground. You see its eye shoot open as soon as John runs away, and just by happenstance, it is your turn now.
Okay, yeah. I sure hope it does.
You can make one attack.
I'm going to go ahead and move myself to here.
Okay.
First attack.
That's where I am.
Yeah, that's where Felix is right now.
I could not see you under the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I'm not gonna attack the guy with 1 HP because I'd rather use a second attack against him.
That's a good point.
Vita, well, no, but you're the only one who's gonna be able to hit him actually, and you're not gonna get a second attack before he moves. So begrudgingly, I will attack him.
Okay.
First
Go for
action,
it.
rapier strike, crit, doi. Send him to hell.
Send him to hell.
No,
Just roll
it's
that.
Alright.
no.
He's
He's
dead.
immobilized.
How do you kill him? Just right in, he's immobile.
Well, it's turn him to paste.
You see these roots start to grow.
Yeah, so I get ready to start running to the other guy, and then I look back as I see the eyes open. I say, fuck. I mutter under my breath. I look at the spot where John Sucker punched him. I turn around like I about face, just turn back around, and then just take the hilt of, not the hilt, sorry, the butt of my sword, and just like sword bash him back to the ground. And then I say, stay down. And I run around. I use my second and third action. Actually, let me check. I probably need to do 3, but
Cyclopses have a soft
And-
spot in the back of their skull like babies.
You don't know this, but
yes, I do.
Cyclops
I will use my-
actually have their head
Let me
partially in their body because
I didn't care too
their
much about
skull's
making sure I
basically
got
made of rubber.
the path right, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
move
You
there.
can make it to there with 2 actions, absolutely.
That's my turn.
Plus dead.
It is now the other Cyclops' turn, who is going to take its first action to run around the wall.
Wait, that one's dead. No, it's not dead. I'm stupid. Never
This
mind.
one
Even
was
hit.
the one
Shut the fuck
interacting
up.
with the wall.
I don't.
And is going
Shut the
to
fuck up, man.
Why did I think that guy was
fuck
dead?
up.
see this. I'm gonna roll just a d20. If it's a 1 through 10, it's gonna be you, Turlon. If it's a 11 through 20, it's gonna be against you, John. Is where it decides to take its actions.
Whoa, dude. It's
gonna be against you, John.
Never been better. Never
Uh,
been better.
It is now targeting John, and it's going to take its crossbow and it's going to fire.
Like
It's
catch
John
it.
just gets fucking skewered by a crossbow right now.
In a
That-
situation like this, I'd be running away, but
Yeah.
big ups
I'm-
to this guy.
I'm going to doesn't know how bad it is just yet, process to that.
Yeah, does he know?
It's gonna use its flash of insight to make sure that this hits you, John. Just so you know,
I'm dead.
me as a DM, I
Dead.
feel like I'm hitting something, so it is going to roll damage.
Even the GM's gotta eat.
I gotta eat, you know. A little
Big
bit.
boys gotta eat.
There we go, 7 damage. I'll take that.
7 damage.
7 damage. Doesn't even get rid of the temp HP. I love it.
7
7
damage.
damage. It
Pretty-
is
pretty
going
dangerous.
to.
Stay in the trees, bozo.
I'll say.
Yo, long range for this crossbow. Range increments in this game are kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's what I do look.
Good rule concept. What are you thinking about, Steve? He's dead,
Yeah, this
dude.
music is
He's
really
dead.
pensive.
I am very pensive. It's
Je
just.
pense.
I do have written in terms of like the running away thing, but he's like the worst person to run away. But also, he's the only person to run away. But does he know that? That's the problem. Does this
Does he
guy?
know? He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know that this dude is dead,
He
and
yeah.
he maybe can't like see him yet because the other one's kind of in the way.
I'm going to roll an intelligence check. I know that's not really a thing in Pathfinders, using just the stats. I'm going to roll an intelligence check for this guy. +0. He's got no modifiers.
That's
to
better than
this
I
roll.
thought.
So
Same as
I thought
mine.
it'd be negative.
yeah, no, his charisma is negative. Intelligence is just +0. He can still speak, thankfully.
I'm
It's
as
going
smart as
negative.
a Cyclops.
He's going to roll a d20. Let me think about the DC before I roll.
Steven's a good GM. He puts a lot of heart and care into his little creatures.
I'll see how well he does. An 8. Okay. That is low enough that he has no fucking idea. He thinks that there's still this guy could still be alive. He may see this guy on the ground, but he's not exactly that smart. So he is going to use a second action. I am now just noticing that it takes 2 actions to reload this crossbow.
God damn.
Which is crazy.
I think that's it. Has to do it every 2, right? Reload always confuses me.
If it's 0, it means that you can just fire it. It takes 2 more additional actions. That's not how I'm going to be ruling it, so I'm going to say that that's not how I've been ruling it, so I'm just going to say it keeps firing. Y'all are going to win this fight, but we'll just say he'll going to take another attack against you. With the attack penalty, which is its 3rd action. Which is still a miss against John.
L.
It's an embarrassing performance.
Yeah, that would be a miss. All right, and that is its turn. John, it's now your turn. You feel a crossbow bolt hit your back, but it barely even hurts you. You feel just as good as
turn
you
around and
woke up this morning.
Turn around and stare at this thing, and I'm just gonna walk over,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm gonna attempt to trip it again.
Okay. Go for that athletics check.
Dylan, there's something. Don't move, Dylan. There's something about your webcam right now that makes it look like there's someone
There's a person
behind you.
behind you.
They're like
honestly.
holding on to you. They're
Yeah.
holding on to your shoulders. You
It's
know.
very sinister.
It does.
Kinda.
Yeah.
What do you mean makes it look
Like the white shirt,
Like
Yeah,
the white
it looks
uh,
like. What do
chair.
you mean it looks like.
White
the
chair.
thing,
Okay.
the clothes you got on the sweater.
What do you mean
If
it
whatever's
looks
behind,
like it?
if whatever's behind you waves
That's
right
a
now,
critical
you got
success.
$20 from me.
Okay, so
That's
If
a
someone
takes
waves behind you
1d6
right now, I'm leaving the call.
It takes 1d6 bludgeoning
see
damage
that.
plus 4.
You roll 1d6 for me.
Oh, that,
Man.
no, yeah. So there's
Okay,
7
so it
damage.
takes 7 damage. I'll give that to
Now
him.
it's prone,
Yep, it is
and then I'm
prone on
gonna do
ground.
the same thing I did last time, where
He
I
insta kills this thing.
use a combat grab again,
Okay, so make an attack.
and
That is a hit.
So
It's
close
easy.
to a
It's
critical.
easy for a guy like John.
So I know that there's more to the game than big numbers, but I really am jealous of the big numbers. I'm not
I
gonna
am
I'm
too.
not gonna sugarcoat it.
and
It's so easy.
and now he's
He is
now he's
grabbed.
grabbed as
Yep.
well.
The big numbers are enabled by what you do,
Yep. You
Felix. Just remember that.
you
That is
knock him
true,
down
yeah.
by his legs, and now you're just holding on to him as you pummel him.
Yep.
We'll throw every buff we can onto John, and then be like, "What? Why the numbers so big?"
no.
Meanwhile,
Vita,
That's,
it's
meanwhile-
your turn.
my turn.
meanwhile, we've cornered him in a room with
John
the
is
anime.
this is
enemy,
John in base
put every
power.
bonus on him.
Mhm.
John doesn't
we
have
don't
any
even have-
buffs.
We've like corralled the guy into him, but we haven't even like given him like enlarger shit yet.
I like seeing John's name and nothing else, just knowing he's in the tree somewhere.
Vita,
This
thing
it's
is
your
still
turn.
Gets up and leaves.
Okay.
It
Alright,
is still
never mind.
grabbed
Yeah.
by you. It is still grabbed by you.
Okay, well I'm just
It has
gonna
not
shove
been
this
able to escape
ball
yet.
further into
Mhm.
inside of his kneecap.
Yep.
Vita's balls, dude.
Depending on how you
I'm
roll,
try
you could,
and-
you could take it
Happy
out.
Pride.
Happy
Trying
Pride.
to
Hey, Brian.
saw off his
Are
leg.
these-
Happy
Mhm.
Pride.
You're just running
it's
it
your-
back and
These
forth.
Cyclops. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
If he's your Cyclops, why do I got him?
Yeah.
Uh, Just you're running it back against on his leg, and I'll say even just with this, he has to kneel down onto the ground because this leg is just
Okay, sorry.
all the tendons are burnt.
Does
He
Rogue
Oh.
Skull not have an attack roll? Why are you ever not using this?
because
I think
you
it-
have
I
to
think-
grapple it.
I have to be
He has to be
grappling the
grappled.
person.
If you're holding it onto somebody,
I
it's
love
just
this
he's
thing,
holding
though.
onto this leg. They're just holding it into it, and now
Get
it's,
his ass.
now he's used it enough against the Hydra and also the previous Cyclops that it does even more damage. So you're just holding it on. That is all three of your actions, and it is being held on. It is screaming in this deep guttural scream now, and
Something
such
in me
a
feels
robot.
good about this.
yeah, it is now Felix. It's
Something
your
deep.
turn. I'll say. You see Vita just holding on to this glowing red hot iron ball into this creature's leg. It is just yelling in pain, not able to.
Good
It's
visual.
swinging against it, but it just can't hit. Sometimes it's hitting, but Vita does not give a shit.
Dressed as a witch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
I want like a Pico
Um,
chat animation of Vita slowly smiling, holding this rogue ball up to. Cyclops.
Gonna, first
Mm-hmm.
make a. First, I need to put this in freaking chat.
Flameless. So you get two
Wait,
more.
Wait, no, is this? No. Hold on, I'm not gonna. I think
Okay.
that's. No, I'm stupid. Okay, no. I'm looking at ignition. I'm gonna melee attack with ignition. That's what I was looking for.
Gotcha.
Burn this guy. Cut his leg off.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to LaFleur's face? Oh.
Just mewing.
What? What?
Dude.
Okay.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
It looked like he was
Yes.
frozen mewing.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
What the
melee.
fuck is
and you-
mewing?
Don't
Like
worry
making
about
that
Bots,
kind of
kill him!
face.
Bots!
Okay, never mind. Ignition melee attack
it. Give me that attack.
plus
It's so
15.
still, I thought it froze.
That is a critical hit. So you get double damage and 1d4 persistent. I'm going to say you are you're crushing this thing right now.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
how- Yeah, roll some damage just for fun.
Fire. Wait,
That's
how do I
not
add the
fun.
persistent onto it?
The
Do I do
whole
that?
club is laughing at you, dude. You can enable persistent damage in
Oh,
the
whoops.
damage menu. You can add it. I presume it'll take care of all of it automatically. I don't know.
There we go. Add. Deal damage.
Yeesh.
Bye.
God damn. I'll say how do you use ignition to kill this Cyclops?
Yeah!
It is just like a like I oh wait, I dropped my shillelagh and then I just kind of like overhead fire slash down on him and then because I like slash through the air and it's like a thing of fire that just kind of burns him.
I'll say just through the line that Vita has already been carving into this creature's knee, this slash of fire just goes right straight through its leg and burns through his leg as it falls down onto the ground. And I'll say it uses its reaction of ferocity to come back to 1 HP, so it falls limply on the ground and begins to get up, but then one of your flame wisps shoots forward, hits it into the back of its head, and just
flame
burns the
wisp.
back of its head, and just its head goes back onto the ground, now dead.
Yeah!
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 Turlon, it is your turn. John is currently holding on to a now on the ground, just pummeling this Cyclops, this last Cyclops on the ground.
25 feet of movement, just
Okay.
barely. I will go ahead and get into flanking
Flanking.
position.
Yep.
I target this son of a bitch. Second action, you know what I'm gonna do.
I know it.
I'm gonna use my rapier attack. Hold him down, John.
Got him, I got him.
Huh? I got it.
I got it.
Okay.
That is a hit.
One.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm adding the. Oh, Pluto just standing in front of my monitor
Thank
right
you.
now. I had to move Foundry to the
Pluto.
other monitor, so I could. He's
Thanks.
drooling on my keyboard. He's literally just fucking.
Remember when George
ass drooling.
stepped directly on the power button and turned your computer off?
Yeah, he's a bastard.
He's real for that.
15 damage, and you know what? No wits about me. I'm gonna do it again.
He's doing
Second,
it.
third action. Third action. Why shouldn't I? Mental.
That's a hit.
Haste.
That's a hit.
1 item. Mental damage. Go, 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 go.
Go,
9 more damage.
go, go, go.
I run around the corner. Yeah, I run around the corner, just fly out, sword to the side, just kind of like lean down and cross slice left right.
Hmm.
While this guy's holding John down. While John's holding this guy down.
I'll say
Shall
that
we?
with those two actions, including the additional damage, how do you slice on? You're on the head side of the creature. How do you slice through?
Yep.
How do you kill this creature before it comes back to life as you now expected from these creatures?
Yeah. John, how are you holding him down?
How am I holding him down? I came up, he's knocked over, and then I think I'm just kind of like pressing on like where his neck would be, and just
Mhm.
kind of have my fist
Okay.
raised.
Yeah. So I think at this
Yeah.
point we've killed 3 of them together like this. So I think we've
Yeah.
got a little bit of synergy. And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna run up. I'm gonna pull up my rapier as I turn around the corner. And I'm gonna like let go of the neck. And
Right.
I'm
I
gonna
move
you
my
listen.
hand, yeah.
Just as you let go, I slice in. I
Mhm.
slice, do a double slice. I pull the
Mhm.
sword back, and I say, "Grab him again."
Can I grab him again?
I'll say so.
Yeah, I mean it's all
Yeah,
flare.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
flare.
yeah.
You grab him again.
And I
Alright,
presume
yeah.
that puts you. That's all my turn, and it
Mhm.
puts you in a good position to choke this guy to death for his last 1 HP.
Yes. The Cyclops now with 1 HP. Its eyes are opening up. It's looking frantically up at both of you, just surrounding both of it. It is now its turn. It's going to this guy. Which one was this? This guy was the one who was sleeping over here. He does not have a pouch. So he cannot do any fire shit. I'm going to say
Yeah, let's see.
it is going to use its final actions to just be yelling. And I'll say that it's yelling. It is not a screaming out in pain or anything. It is yelling out in a language you don't know. You recognize it as the language it's been speaking this whole time. But you can all get the sense that it is just belching out, or not belching, just belting out such a loud scream. It seems as if it's trying to alert something. And that is its turn. It's just going to yell. It's not going to attack. It's using its last bit of life to try and alert
This is
something.
gonna be Jackie.
Your squad's dead, dude. Your squad's dead.
This is going to be Jackie.
Jackie.
It is your turn, John.
Finish off my potentially favorite image I've made besides the burning thing.
Oh man, oh man.
I love it. I love the tear.
Oh,
Look at the
that's
smile.
Now we
Fucking-
see why you were concentrating so hard.
I was mewing really hard, dude. I was mewing so hard.
Latiste at work.
It looks like he's got a little mustache.
We got the fucking Cyclops soy jacket now. This is huge.
Exactly. I love it.
Oh
I love
my
that
god.
so much. How do you
that's gotta
fit?
be an
I say
emoji.
no rolls necessary, John. How do you finish?
Okay.
It is screaming. It's screaming. You know you
Hero
need to
point
cut
for
it
the art.
off. How do you?
Okay, I'm just kind of staring at it now. My hands off it, and I just like kind of just I'm just gonna like kick it
Mm-hmm.
for good measure. Just
Yeah.
kind of oh
Just kick its head, and its head just lulls as you see its kind of pupil or its iris just move around its eye before it goes still. And it is now dead, and so we are now out of combat, out of encounter. But it did seem to be yelling for something. There are people in cages. It's still kind of a tense moment. What do you all do in kind of the aftermath of
I'm gonna look up at
these
John,
force?
and just kind of drop my rapier, panting heavy. I say, I forgot how fun that could be.
it's good, isn't it?
And then
Uh,
I'm gonna use the bathroom in real life.
I'm gonna walk over to
It's
Vita
like
and go.
Samson type shit.
Where's more? Where's Vita's
Calm down,
shaking
man.
with the
Calm
adrenaline.
down,
Gonna
man.
have to do it
I
himself.
love killing so much. I'm shaking. I'm so excited.
Blood is pouring out of the side of him. He doesn't even notice.
Fight's over. You gotta calm down and treat that wound.
I'm gonna go
What?
to
What?
Did
the.
good. You did good. One day of training, and look what you can do.
Look what we did!
Just yell.
I'm gonna drop my spells, so the fog
Alright.
cloud and the wall of thorns
John
is
had seen
gone.
this before when you get berserker rage and kind of lose consciousness.
Ah,
Hey, but you gotta calm down, man.
yeah.
You gotta know when to stop.
Alright. Take some deep breaths.
Mm-hmm.
You-
And
Going dark mode as well.
I'll fall to one knee, and as the adrenaline crash starts to hit me, and I start to pass out.
Here, have
Just fall
this.
to the ground.
And I
Gives
just
me
hand him
Gatorade.
like Hulk handing Ant-Man the taco.
Mm-hmm.
A moderate healing potion.
Oh,
Oh,
can you put that in the chat so I can drink it?
there we go. You hit use on that. There, Vita.
I presume you still need more healing after that.
Oh,
That
No,
was,
I'm-
that was a crazy roll, yeah.
That was
I'm
pretty
all better.
good. Those were
Yeah,
Nice.
That was good. That was good. Moderate healing
Thanks,
potions are
John.
goaded. But Felix
Oh,
is
I
hunkered
know
down
what
in
came
the
over me.
bodies. What are you doing, Felix?
It's
I want to check
it's
on
fun,
the
isn't
people.
it?
Are there like are these two that are alive? Are they like noticeably alive?
I'll say as soon as you come on over to them, they are visibly awake and their eyes are just wide open and they are not speaking. They're just looking at you and they're kind of shaking. You can see this was a very quick, like within the next 20, 30 seconds, just these four captors of them are swiftly taken out through some crazy stealth mission. And they're just
I'll
wide
also pick
open.
up my club
Yeah,
just
and
for housekeeping.
yes, absolutely. You see one of them is. I have it written down. One second. One moment, dude. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know Steve's got it written down.
I got it written down. Don't worry about it. Not that important, but I got it written
There's one
down.
thing about Steven. He's got
Rest that
You
shit
see an older elf man who's wearing kind of just these leathers. It kind of has this like felt cap on, and then you see a young dwarf woman who are in these cages, and they are kind of shaking. And I'll say, as you approach, do you say anything as you're approaching?
Once I see them, I'll be like, "Are you okay?"
They kind of slightly nod their head, but they kind of put their hands up like this, and they say, "You have," like I'll say, the older elf man says, "You have to hide. Mama's coming.
I look to you immediately, Felix.
Yeah, and as you
Like,
close
wow.
and you both kind of pause for just a moment, and I'll say, Felix and Turlon, both just based off your passive perceptions, John and Vita, you may not hear this, but you just hear kind of this rustling deep within the cave. And I'll say that all of you looking now when you're up to the mouth of the cave, you see it kind of bends over to the right, and kind of against the back wall, there's this reddish glow that seems to be slowly pulsating, but from beyond wherever that red glow is, you could hear this shuffling of movement,
shit.
and you hear this grunting, and the fear in these two's eyes, no, perception check needed. It looks like, they are the ones in cages, but they are begging you to hide.
I don't know how you want to resolve. See, what I'm gonna start doing is because I'm gonna start acting without any chance to communicate. I'm gonna start trying to lockpick the cage doors
Okay.
with my multi-tool,
Sure.
and I'm going to yell, "Get ready to run!" I guess I'll say, "Get ready to run," and carry them. I don't know what you guys want to do. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Oh, I was gonna say no. I was like, no, wait, follow me. And then I want to. So this is like a map. So we are like just inside the cave, but it
You're
is
at
like
the
a
mouth
hill.
of the cave. Yes,
It's also like a
it's
hill.
at the side of a hill. Yeah, exactly. So you could
So
go
where-
over the mouth of the cave.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I would like to tell the others to follow me, and then
All right.
try and stealth on top of the lip of the cave.
All right.
So where would that?
You would
Where
have
should I move
to
my group?
you'd have to move around. You can just move your character like up here. I'm gonna get rid of the trees real quick in this scene, just to make it a little bit more visible. You all will still see the walls of the trunks. But what is this? This is the Cyclops cave. It's the Cyclops cave.
So this is the Cyclops cave.
So this is
So
the
the
Cyclops
Cyclops
cave. This is the Cyclops cave. Okay. Save changes. There we go. It should reload for you all.
Okay, there we go.
No longer having the trees, but you should still see the tree trunks. Okay, perfect.
All right.
So you can get like kind of above, but I will need stealth checks. But Turlon, if you are picking the lock, this is going to be it's complexity of the lock. What do you roll? Thievery. Oh, I do. Yeah, of course. There's a whole skill for it. I forgot. Okay, yeah. So give me a thievery check for me.
Okay. So you say that, Felix.
Go to the top of the cave.
Yeah, I'm following Felix.
And then I'd
So
like
I'll-
I'm gonna try to get this open first. I'll be up there. And as soon as I can see, once it seems noticeably closer, I'll leave. But I'm gonna start trying to lockpick.
Okay, yeah. I'll say you be able to, even just while Felix is saying it, you're able to try and put in a thievery check. That is a 19. Let me look up. It's not bad, I will say that.
Oh.
Okay, so that you feel as you're going through it, you do feel a success, but in order to pick this lock, you are going, and you've picked locks before, you're going to need multiple rounds of success. You don't know how many, but this does look like a very beat up cage. It looks like not designed to hold a human, I guess I'll say. It's not like a human cage. So give me, if you want to continue trying, you've successed. You have done one level of success on this lock. You would need to do another 2 actions to pick a lock to get through this.
Hey, you want me to do that now or wait until other people do stealth?
Yeah, sure. The other 3 of you, as you're going, do stealth for me. Just give me a stealth check
Okay.
to see how well you can hide.
Would I? Oh my lord! Would I be able to get a bonus of some kind if I drop prone so that my silhouette is smaller?
I will say
So
that,
sorry.
yeah, that will be part of kind of like a hide action. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm presuming all of you are going to drop prone, so that will
Yeah.
be taken into consideration. We got
I might need it.
It's the end of the session, bro.
He's healed, bro. He's healed.
depends on what Mama's all
Unfathomable
about.
choices being made.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
want to do every bad roll I ever do. I've had so many good rolls this session. Let me balance out the dice a little bit.
Okay.
To be fair, it is gonna. We do get one for free each game.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah, I
that.
know. We'll fuck over everyone.
I'll say
Maybe.
that. I'll say that.
Alright, I'll
We're just we're gonna play this in roll. I'll say that you all are moving around, stealthing, and Vita, your foot gets caught into a root of a tree. Like there's 2 roots, and you step into it, and the ground kind of just gives way. It was just leaves there, and now you're trying to get your foot out, and you are unable to this round. So Turlon, you
Oh, that's fine.
you are now in
I'm
your
not-
second roll, but I will say that you are hearing the grunting, and Before it was just grunting, but now you hear this heavy boom, boom sound from within the cave, and you see just that green glow. Just quickly, there's a shadow kind of moving as it seems to be blocking by something. But there is someone, something, Mama apparently walking through.
Jackie.
I look at it in the distance, and I'm like actually sweating bullets right now, and I just start swearing under my breath in Elvish. I go for another thievery check. Fucking kill yourself. 16.
Luckily, your thievery is good enough that with those 2 successes, this was all poor locks. You just need a DC 15 twice in a row, which was very good. So you are able to just, you hear a click and the door suddenly swings open, and this is the dwarvish woman, very young. She looks to be maybe teenage dwarf, whatever that looks like, but she quickly, as soon as you do that, she rushes out and she starts just I'm gonna say just runs this way on her turn. She's just gonna start sprinting.
As
not
she's
even
doing that, I
around.
just yell. I mutter. I say, run, fucking run! Don't be stupid.
Okay. Then she will just continue to run. I'll say she'll get to that distance where she is, and those were 2 actions drawn. You do have a third. This is some weird pseudo.
Yeah,
bullshit
dude,
equipment.
25 feet. Get me the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
This poor old loaf.
Oh, it's 2 cages. Fuck
it is-
off!
Yeah, they're each in a cage.
Fucker. Fuck.
The steps are looming forward.
Where's the lock? Where's the lock?
You would have to move to right here. I'll say you could have been in position to where both of the locks, if you knew there was 2 cages. I'll say you wouldn't have to need a move,
Okay,
but
thank
it is 2 actions to pick a lock.
Oh, I can take
But-
a lot of damage. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Thievery check
then,
again.
Then I'll say give me another thievery check. And we're gonna go
31.
31. That's pretty damn
There we
good. Let's say we'll go to Vita and Felix and John. I'll say Felix and John, you both notice that Vita's foot is stuck in between some roots, just that were sticking out of the ground.
All right. Action 1, stand up. Action 2, move. Action 3, help Vita.
Give
Efficient.
me an athletics check for me, Felix, to see for the help action. And then Vita, you're just gonna give me an athletics check, and we'll add 2 or not to it based off.
Oh
of
my god.
Felix's roll.
Oh, well, I have a hero point, so I'm rerolling that.
You gotta use it sometime.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah, Vita.
Sometimes
you are,
life's a bit of a joke,
you
you
are,
know?
you are rolling really well. Like you begin to pull on Vita's arm, and Vita,
Ow.
you just the adrenaline, the moment of just seeing John and you just fuck up some people, and just like everybody's getting stabbed. Just the adrenaline of the fight. You just pull into that same place of this inner strength you didn't know you had. Just pull your leg through the root, breaking off a root, and it wasn't the most stealthy way. You kind of had to run your way through it, but you did force your way out of the root. Now you are able to continue moving. Based off of your check, Turlon, I'll say that. What would y'all like to do? If the 3 of you need to do anything, or are you just continuing up to the side?
I'm gonna keep
I would
going
like
up.
to go back to where I was.
Okay. Then I'll say you all can continue moving up.
Oops.
Oh yeah, you do that. Turlon, based off of that check, thievery check. I don't know if it's the rules. I think critical success means 2 successes. That kind of makes sense to me. So I'll say that very quickly, and just as you start to see the arm of something huge begin to kind of move around the wall, the door quickly opens, and hearing the same advice you had said before to the dwarf, the old elvish man just begins to start running off into the distance to hear. What do you do
I
right
think
away?
I see the creature presumably, and by line of sight, I don't think they do.
Not yet. No,
So
this is a
you guys,
large.
you guys see me. Like I'm like shaking a little bit. I seem like very stressed, trying to lockpick under pressure.
Mhm.
And then the guy runs past me. My eyes follow him. I turn very clearly, looking into the cave. and you see I like kind of drop my mouth like stunned,
Mm-hmm.
and fear just glazes over my face.
Oh my god.
Okay, 25 times 3 is 75. Bye. Meow.
Turlon.
I
just
fucking like
bolts-
I
bolts
about
to the
face Roadrunner, just fucking sprint from stop out of there.
And just as you are turning, like passing where you can still see into the cave, you kind of glance over Turlon and you can see turning the corner a being that looks like a cyclops, but it is much larger. You know, the height of this cave is probably 15 to 20 feet. It seems to be almost hunching over as it is walking through. And I will say that for all of you, just even as you are once again in the ground, give me stealth checks for the three of you, just from where you like put yourself in your final position. You're able to be where you want to be when whatever happens.
I'm placing myself here because I want to hide behind this tree, but I also want to like see things.
Okay.
I want
Yeah, I'm just kind
a
of
little bit
peeking
of
over
hiding
the side
cover,
here.
Sounds good.
Dylan
Oh,
moment.
And this is what we save the hero
This is
points
what
for.
we
That's
saved.
true.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
I
all
do.
right.
He had the foresight he would do 2 natural ones.
you can't you get that's real skill to be able to
That's
predict
real
that,
skill.
Dylan.
I love it.
I can
Okay.
feel it.
Okay, but still, generally, not the best stealth rolls, but still quite good. I'll say it. The three of you, Turlon, are you running like hundreds of feet away, or are you running just like a good distance away?
I only had the one turn. This is the 75 feet. I maxed all
I'll
three
say
actions.
that it's going to take a turn or two for this creature to beat. The other three are in position. What are you doing?
Okay, having seen it, I don't want to get nearly as close as them, but I don't want to abandon them. I'm gonna use another 75 feet to just get like behind a tree over here.
Okay, that's definitely possible.
I guess actually I have enough time to kind of come up this way, and I'm just gonna whisper under my breath in Elvish. I've never seen anything that big. And then I use my third action to just fucking go back here.
Okay. Do the three of you do anything upon hearing that?
Like back up a
is
little bit.
Is it bigger than that shadow dragon thing?
It's
I
bigger
think
than
so.
the
I
dragon.
think so.
Yes.
You hear me. You hear me. My voice getting quieter as I'm clearly running away from you. Yes.
Well, we gotta kill it. It has the occasion shit. That's what we're the storm hunters.
He's got a point.
I love it. It's like a prep talk or a pep talk.
Who else is gonna do it?
Storm hunters.
Title card.
Once they do anybody do else before the creature is revealed.
Mama's got to do what she's got to do.
No.
Mama gonna do what she gonna do.
Yeah,
With
no.
this kind of light blue tint to the skin and just covered in these leathers from just other normally big animals like tigers and bears that seem to just be haphazardly thrown on and tied on in various sections. You see a cyclops that is maybe standing straight up 30 feet tall, but hunched over just naturally due to the size of it. 25-foot tall cyclops that has this massive horn on the front of its head. You are only seeing it from the top and as it's walking out slowly, but you see this giant horn kind of protruding from the top, and you see within its hands it is a trunk of one of these tilky trees, which, if you remember, are like 5 feet in diameter. So it is holding something, almost as thick as some people are tall, and it is probably a good 20 feet in length as it is walking out. And you now see in front of you, give me a nature check, Felix. You're the only person that
Oh,
could
yeah,
possibly know
baby.
what this is.
Felix's. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I'll
27.
have it right
It's
side up so you
huge.
can see some of the art.
You
27.
God
humongous.
damn.
You see the first huge creature y'all have ever seen.
Let's go.
You know, I mean, the Hydra kind of doesn't really count. That was like, you know, a whole body, but whatever. This massive beast, and Felix, this was what you know to be a great Cyclops. And the only way I can put it is, remember the fear and the nope factor that Siskin kind of put within Felix? Like this is a dragon, we need to get the fuck out of here. Just in terms of your own personal internal power rankings, you have never seen a great Cyclops, you have only heard about them. But Siskin was the size of a young adult dragon. This creature could probably go toe-to-toe with an adult dragon. And you know that if this thing hit you maybe once, if it's a good hit, but twice, it could absolutely demolish you. If you were on low enough health, you'd be out. Like, no bringing you back. This is a creature that, to put it mildly, is above y'all's level. You should not fight it. That's the only thing I can tell you based off of this nature check.
Uh-oh.
So it's a deadly critter.
This is like,
Dead-
I'd love to see
deadly encounter.
what, yeah, I would love to see what the encounter thing will do. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do it, but we're obviously not going to do it just yet. But I want to see what.
It's a level. What level creature is it?
It is a level 12 creature.
Well, if it's level 12, that means it's party plus 5, right? We're 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a party plus 4 is considered a 160 XP, and for the combat, 160 is considered extreme. So it is higher than the
Higher
extreme
than
threat,
extreme.
which is extreme threat. Words is written in the book. Extreme threat encounters are so dangerous that they're likely to be an even match for the characters, particularly if the characters low in resources. It makes them too challenging for most uses. Use it only as extreme counter, only if you're willing to take the chance the entire party will die. And this would be rated, if we're projecting up, 25% worse than a standard, than that encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All
Well,
right.
they don't fuck
and
around.
so to recap, I just said we're the storm hunters. We gotta kill it. Who else is gonna do it?
You see, once this comes up, Felix just kind of like laying on his stomach is like fiddling with a pocket and pulls out a little vial and just downs a healing potion. I don't know, Vita, but I don't think it's us.
I'll look at John.
I'm just shaking my head slowly from side to side. Nope.
I'll say, like, even just from, even without the voice or what the words that Felix say, you see just in Felix's eyes, this is obviously something he's never seen before.
I trust Felix.
I just
No,
go,
I'm not-
this wouldn't be a fair fight.
Okay. If John's saying that and Felix looks this scared, there's no way. Or
It's Joker.
It is moving, and as it's walking up, it is looking down at the. Do you know if it's only rooted for 1 round? The rooted condition. So
Yes.
anyway, it is looking down at the dead Cyclopses, you know, passing by the fire as it is now just kind of slowly lumbering forward. It's just great. This tree, but really it's called a great club. But this gigantic tree in its hand is just holding it. And as it begins to walk up to the second creature, it just lets out this massive roar, deeper and louder than, you know, even the screaming as you were right next to Vita as pulling or pushing Rogue's ball into the leg of the other Cyclops. That noise is quieter than the screams that this Cyclops is letting out. And it just does this massive roar, and it just, you can see its arms open up, and it's just holding this tree trunk in just one hand before it goes and settles back down. And you can just hear it huffing and puffing. What do you all do? It hasn't turned around yet.
slowly back away into where I saw Turlin and just kind of slowly creep here.
Yeah,
Let's
just
get
back
the-
away.
the hell out.
No,
Let's get the hell out of here.
no.
I actually, I'm gonna look
Okay.
to my left, where the people were running.
hmm
Do I see them?
You do not see them, which is good. You can see a good
Yeah.
distance that way. You can
And they're
only
not there.
imagine that they are far.
Okay. Good. One less thing to worry about. I'm gonna back up.
hmm
I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna fucking crawl.
hmm
I don't know if that gives me anything to not be seen, but
Well, yeah, I'll say the other three of you, are you just standing? Are you hiding?
I'm
Or
not
are you
gonna
just
crawl,
walking
but
away?
I'm gonna get low to the ground. I'm
Mhm.
experienced in a sort of huddle walk.
crawl.
Yeah.
Let's do. Oh, never mind. That takes forever.
It's
Maybe
only
like
crawl a
5
little
feet.
bit.
or something.
I mean, I don't know how much
No,
else we
move
can do. I
5
think we
feet
just,
by crawling and continue to stay prone. I will not be doing that.
I'm gonna assume we've gotten position that we can just say we walk away, but let me know
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
wrong, Steven.
Well, yeah,
I like
one
to
final stealth check. If y'all are truly just walking away, no longer looking at this encounter, give me a stealth check. Just see if
Miss
you
me
make
with
a
this
noise.
shit, brother.
Oh, oh, oh.
That was
Thing
almost
almost
a
wobbled on a 3.
That almost
Oh
was
my
it.
god.
Give me all stealth check.
Oh,
Now what? Now what?
yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
oh,
Ooh, ooh,
my god.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
It's a really good
Are we
thing
gonna use the
I
hero?
saved the
Stay-
fly spell.
Stay calm.
It's a
Stay
good
calm.
thing I
Stay
saved
calm.
that.
Stay calm, take it easy.
Stay calm.
Take it easy.
Stay
Take
calm.
it
It's
easy.
gonna
Take it easy.
hear something.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it can't get over this cave. We have enough of a head start.
This
I'll
is like
s-
a little ledge for.
I'll
It
say-
can just kind of.
I think it's probably a
Maybe it's too
reasonable
heavy. It might be
ledge.
too
Yeah.
heavy. It might collapse
All
the
right,
cave.
all right.
I'll
Hey,
Makes
do you
say-
know
sense.
about surface area?
I
and
don't know about any
volume?
of that.
I'll
That's what I'm
say,
saying.
I'll say, you all are slowly, just crouching down, just walking the fuck away. And Turlon, you have just through the adrenaline alone, you are just focusing your head forward, just trying to make no noise, but you don't notice beneath you. You step a foot, and there is just a small, just 3-foot drop where, just where the ground just kind of goes beyond, just very steep. Your foot just slides down it. As you quickly slide down it, just for a minute, there's just this sound of, and you just pause right at the end of it. And I'll say that as you all are making the way, you hear a very loud grunt from behind you. As all of you are now out of visual of it from where you kind of all are moving, I'll say. Like, this is a little bit distance away. But this creature has a passive perception of 32. So even with all of your stealth checks, you all are moving, and even with the natural one, it seems like just enough sound was made that as you are moving through the forest, it heard you. But you are a good distance away from it, but it makes a loud grunt, and you all know that you have been heard. Now, how fast it wants to get to you, knows. But this is if it somehow heard you, this is probably a creature that can move very fast. But
So
you have
are
a
we
head start.
Are we
So
considered
you got those
hidden?
horses?
No,
You are considered hidden visually.
I do not have the horses. That takes up like a shitload of spells. I can only do that on like a dedicated travel day.
Got it.
I have a fly spell. One cast.
You have a
We
good
don't do anything.
distance right now.
We keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna
Who
force
has-
myself to move through the fear.
Okay.
Just like breathe.
Worst case scenario,
ready?
I have. Wait, let me read my spells. 'Cause I didn't fucking look down. Oh, just kidding.
You don't have the step.
I have warp step as a cantrip for me, but my fly spell.
I can cast
I don't
fly
know.
on. Okay, here's what I'll do. So okay, before I do this and possibly fuck everything up, is this we've been made and we just got to focus on moving fast?
You
situation?
You have technically not been made, but the creature knows that something is there. You sense that the creature knew. It didn't seem to react to Turlon's noise. Turlon's noise did not help, but it seemed to react in tandem with that. So it's almost you all moving away seemed to trigger it. So you are not made yet, but it knows you're there. It knows
I think we
something
need to
is
change
there. I'll say
direction.
that.
Change direction slightly and move as fast as we can, and hold actions if we get caught.
Yeah. So
Try
what
it.
I'm gonna do is I'm going to if things get bad,
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, you have warp step. Tarlon, I'm gonna cast warp. Dylan can cast warp step in real life. Tarlon, I'm gonna cast fly on you, which gives you a fly speed of 60 feet. John, you got the highest base movement out of all of us, so I'm not really worried about you. And I can just turn into a stag and get like 50 movement.
All right.
Let's
So
keep
we got a
moving real
backup plan.
Quick.
Okay.
I'd say we cut like it's either this way, whatever way we know that our
I say we go right.
our
'cause then
tent is. We just go.
We go the opposite way. We go the
This-
opposite way.
this
We
way
don't
is
meet a
way.
vector then.
Yeah, I
this
guess
way
we
is
think it's
probably
chasing
better.
us. I'm not sure it's chasing us yet, but
Yeah.
sure. Go this way. Go. Let's talk more run.
Yes.
We do
I'll
run.
say, are you running or stealthing?
Well,
As
we haven't been
fast-
made, so we stealth. We just move as fast as we can stealthily, which is like
Yes.
still half movement.
Yeah, it's half.
If I have to give up stealth, I don't move any faster. As fast as I can while keeping stealth.
Okay.
Whatever stealth I have with the nat one.
Give me another stealth check for me.
I mean,
Buddy.
it can't happen twice.
Where the hell did I go?
It can't happen twice. It can't happen
where
twice.
John went.
No,
It happened
just-
twice.
Oh,
Dude, are you?
Bro,
my
no
God.
way. No
Okay,
fucking
well,
God.
way.
At least it's funny.
It happened twice.
that it makes things easier. I'm gonna cast fly on Turlon. I'm gonna run up to
Well,
them.
what
and
happens
then-
with the nat one, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the game?
I
Yeah,
guess.
we'll see. But John and
Killing. Couldn't have
John
been at
and
least
Vita.
someone else getting in that one.
If
Had
we
you
get
I
a
been
got
natural
two
quiet-
already.
if we get a
It's
natural
fine, too.
20, it cancels out. So John
Me?
and Vita, I need stealth checks from y'all as well.
We gotta get
Another
a
nat
nat
one.
20.
There's that one. But I haven't used my hero point
Oh,
yet.
John
so
hasn't used his hero point.
Okay.
Absolutely.
it's not much better.
What
Not
a
much
better
time!
at all.
What a time for rolls! What a time for rolls!
That's crazy.
19,
So
by the way.
Ooh.
19.
close, so
Ooh.
close.
God
19, by the
damn
way.
it, man.
I will say
It wasn't just me being loud.
yes. I will say that you all are trying to move as quickly as possible, and I will say that two natural ones in a row. That's crazy. I'll say that Turlon, as you are moving, your coat gets caught onto something, and you're trying to move as quickly as possible. You're focusing on moving as quickly as possible while still trying to be stealth, and so your coat kind of gets snagged onto something, and the bottom of it just tears for a solid like 6 inches with this loud ripping sound. And you all freeze in place momentarily. You all have traveled a good another distance, and this beast doesn't technically know that like the noises it's hearing are its
Can you invent an
perpetrators.
Elvish swear word for me, Steven? In your
Uh,
world?
Yeah,
He's checking his document.
I don't have it in my document, but I'm just looking at random letters to put something together. Specca, how's that sound?
Yeah, I mouth Specca fucking 50 times under my fucking breath. I just start just,
What?
you have never seen me do that, but I'm just freaking out.
What do you all do? And I'll say, like, most of your stealth checks, you two normally would be stealthy, but it's just the area you're moving through seems to be more covered with leaves. It's kind of fall time. This area is just difficult to stealth well, even though you're doing it, some of you are doing it well. It's difficult to be perfect. Are y'all reacting? Are y'all running?
You're
I'm
muted,
casting
Alex.
fly on Turlon.
Okay. Berlin, you suddenly feel
Yeah.
this
Doing-
surge
So I
that you
walk
can
up
now
to him.
command yourself to run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, meet a mile southwest, southeast. And
Okay.
I don't know, I fucking try to fly, I
Yeah,
guess.
you think to yourself, fly, and all of a sudden you just feel yourself floating off of the ground.
Okay, I make sure to lift my fucking cloak up so it doesn't rip more. Jesus! And I start fucking muttering again, Specca under my breath, as
Mhm.
as I start flying southwest.
Mhm.
I try to stay under the tree line, or like right at the tree line, and
Mhm.
just fucking fly away, dude.
Gotcha.
Gotta
And
relish this while I still live.
yeah, John,
Only
Vito,
lasts for a minute.
Felix. Yeah, only a minute, but you can still travel very fast. How
I just bolt. Yeah.
you just sprinting? Are you raging to go faster?
I don't. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And
Just sprint
then
normally too.
I'm
Are you
going
using your
to.
cantrip,
No,
Vita?
not yet.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be dramatic.
I have 2 of these, so I will be casting Wild
Uses his
Shape.
bridge. Tra la la.
Wild
Animal
shaping into a
form.
stag.
Yep. Give me the
Look at that deer.
deer.
have
I
no
can't believe I
idea.
said it wouldn't happen again. What's
That
wrong
is-
with me?
That is crazy.
Should
And
I kill
then-
myself?
You gave it
Not
like
yet. The third one is when you die.
yes.
You did the third one. You blow up.
I do the same exact thing I did when we were leaving the dragon cave. I try to scoop up Vita and then start running.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't have to do that. I just like get on, like very
Yeah.
antsy,
Mhm.
waiting in front of him.
Okay.
Get on.
You get on. Okay. Then
I'll take
I
off
will,
my 50 move speed.
Okay. I will say, Felix, what is the fly speed? How fly?
60
It's
feet.
equal to its speed.
Oh no, I was okay.
Yeah, fly is
Maybe I was
equal
wrong.
to the speed. Equal to
Or
its...
oh, okay. What the fuck was I reading? Yeah, equal to its regular speed. Never mind.
Okay. Then I will
At least
say,
it can't hit you. Pulls out
Fel-
like a ballista.
Felix and Vita, no roll necessary for y'all. You are able to outpace.
If
this
necessary,
creature.
I would come back for John also, if I can get far enough away.
Okay. We'll see how well John's does. John, I need you to make an acrobatics check or athletics. Yeah, I'll say athletics because are you just sprinting?
I'm sprinting.
Okay, then athletics.
Run.
And I need an Arcana check from you, Turlon, to see how well you can fly, how well you pick up on your flying.
Das ist over for me.
John, you go into sprint mode. This is your morning workout. You know, you're up around the same time that you would be. You just start sprinting, not caring about being quiet.
Crashing through trees and shattering logs.
Turlon,
It
it
moved
does
like
take a little
unstoppable
bit.
force.
It does take a little bit for you to get used to the flying speed, but you don't fuck up in terms of like running into anything. You are able to still go through without having to worry about making any sound, as you are not interacting with anything. And I will say, periodically, John and Turlon, mostly, you hear, just in the back, maybe a yell, or just a large yell and just a large crashing sound as if a tree is being knocked over. But you all do not ever get visual on the beast as you run a mile away and are able to successfully escape the Great Cyclops.
Oh, that was easy.
Oh.
2 nat ones. Then good.
Easy.
It won't happen again. It couldn't happen
won't happen
again.
again.
I cannot do
Can I get
anything
the
for the
episode
remainder
title,
of the
please?
day.
It
It
won't
would-
happen again.
It couldn't happen again.
It won't happen again. Okay.
Fuck off. At least it's funny.
I'll say that around 8, 9 in the morning, since y'all had a early morning wake up, you're able to meet back up a mile in the distance, or mile a little bit to the southeast, still a good distance away, but I'll say that could be a good place that we end this session at.
What a night.
Unfortunately, did not get to Jackie, but that's okay.